Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Lost Aux Media. As always, I am so happy to have you back here with me for yet another week of debauchery, where we make you take a second look at what you just watched. We got a lot of good jamokes on the docket for this week, so I will not hold you too much longer. Let's listen to some tunes and get right into it.
Your mama say, wish you never met me. Baby, it's true, I ripped through the chains, drew my muzzle off, and I'm coming your way. Don't care what you think about me.
Woo!
With those bad to say. Yeah, I'll be what I be. There's no
We got such a good episode this week. Oh my God. Who do we have on the docket today? We have the return of the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment. Let's give it up for the week segment. I know at least one of you has been waiting for that one to come back. After that, we're going to check out a little bit of a two bears, one cave type situation. Ari Schaffir basically tells Bert Kreischer he's been canceled by Joe Rogan and the crew. Bert does not like this, and it practically ruins his confidence. Then, Grace O'Malley gets horny as fuck on an episode of This Past Weekend with Theo Von. Wait until you see this one, dude. She is like throwing it all at Theo. Like, this is crazy, bro. Then, we're going to end this episode on a little bit of a Louis J. Gomez, Joe List, a bomb type situation, right? These two bomb their asses off on Kill Tony, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys. So let's check out a little bit more music and jump right into it. Ooh, got starting out with some fucking righteous tunes this time, huh? So let's check out this What's Eating Ethan Klein segment, why don't we? You know, these guys are getting back from break. I think it's been, 2 weeks now? It's like 2.5 weeks. And they do this every year. They go on break. And apparently, the second that these guys go on break, the haters start coming out, right? People start dropping all these like H3 Ethan Klein hate videos. So their first video back, Ethan wants to address all these haters, right? It's funny because his whole thing is he's going, I don't care how small of a channel you are, big or small, you make a video talking shit about my show and talking shit about me. We're gonna react to it, man. I don't care. I'm a small channel. I make these videos on you every week. What the hell is going on here? So where's my goddamn shout out? That's what I'm getting at. So we're basically going to check out Ethan having a little bit of crash out and reacting to some of these haters that decided to make these hate videos while he was on his break. So let's just start it out with the good old intro, man.
We are back, my friends. Thank you for standing back and standing by so patiently. That's right. It's been over 2 weeks. The H3 show has been on break, and you have all been waiting patiently for us, and I thank you for that. And here we are in 2025. We made it. The energy is high in 2025. I'm telling you guys.
I fucking hate love, dudes. Look at this asshole, bro. Watch every time. If you still watch this show, pay attention. Every time something comes out of Love's mouth, he does that Kanye West thing. Like, you remember when Kanye had that really long phase where, like, he would smile and then immediately go, like, and get, like, real serious on a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I remember there was, like, this meme. I think he was at, like, an award show or something like that. He's sitting there like Ray Charles, like, smiling his ass off. He doesn't, and then the second he sees the cameras on him, he shuts down, gets real serious, right? Love does this all the time. Like, he's sort of doing it here, and in the time codes to come, you'll see it, dude. I'll point it out to you. It's fucking crazy. I can't stand it.
The energy is high in 2025. I'm telling you guys. Everyone have a good break?
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Love.
Nice.
Yeah, we did.
No complaints?
Yeah, I did.
Look, he just did it there, kind of. Watch. Look, I'm going to show you.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, we did.
No
Look, right here, he just got done saying, yeah, we did. Yeah, we had a good time over the weekend. He looks real normal right here, right? Nothing going on here. This is normal love face, right? Watch me go a couple frames forward. Let's see what happens. Look, he's going to change. Look, he tried getting real Sigma. He was about to get real Sigma, and we're only seeing just a smidge of it right now. You're going to see it in full effect later.
Yeah, I did. No
Anyone want to complain?
I can probably find something to
I got a
complain about.
cold.
Oh,
Me
there
and
you
my
go.
whole
That
family,
sucks.
we got colds.
There you go.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything
Yeah, I
else?
didn't get to go to New York because of my cold.
That does suck. Do you
Ooh,
have
that
like
sucks.
tickets and everything planned?
No.
Okay, we don't give a fuck about that. What are we doing here? So I wanted to show you guys this. They're doing this intro, right? This shit has had me dying when I saw this. They're doing this intro, and they go, oh, anybody else got any big news or anything like that? Olivia's like, I got a cold. After that, Zach goes, I went to my first funeral, right? As soon as he says that, Ethan's like, hold on, I got a meme for you, bro. This shit's gonna fucking kill you, man. Like, wait until you see this.
Anything fun to report, or shall I move on to the main?
Went to my first funeral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, okay, that's fucking cool, I guess, right? Somebody in your family died. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
that was
Wait,
good.
hold on. Wait, hold that thought. I have something for you.
All right, hold it.
Oh, I know what you're going for, yeah.
Here.
Dude, I actually couldn't even believe that this was like a real clip. You guys know these Costco fucking family, the Costco? They're like, boom, bro. Like, they do the double chunk chocolate cookie. Like, those guys will actually send you to a fucking insane asylum. You know the podcast War Mode? It's like a sister podcast of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. Is like two of their really good friends. Billy McCusker and their friend Spud. I don't even know this guy's actual name. Legitimately, like Mac and Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, those two. Fucking, oh, damn, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh. No, I actually forgot where I was going with this.
No, this is good, actually.
Oh, the Costco guys. One of the dudes from War Mode actually like went to an insane asylum from watching too many fucking Rizzler videos. Is that not crazy? Like, these two will actually send you to the goddamn loony bin. Like, if you watch enough of their shit, like, these two really are like Satan incumbents or some shit like that. Like, they really are like evil reincarnate. I'm telling you. So Zach, he's like, yo, my aunt just died. I went to my first funeral. This is what Ethan pulls out of his pocket.
Oh, I know what you're going for, yeah.
Here.
No, this is good, actually. I'm glad we have
Oh,
this.
we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 What the fuck?
You trying to tell me that these two are not the most evil fucking sons of bitches you've ever met? Who answers that shit like that? They're sitting there live begging for fucking chats and gifts and all that stuff on TikTok, right? And somebody goes up there and goes, yo, man, let me get a shout out from my brother, man. That motherfucker dead. They go, oh, instead of like trying to be like heartfelt and be like, oh man, we're sorry to hear that. I'm sure he was a good guy or something. They immediately stick to like that shtick, that fucking Costco shtick. Because they rate the double chunk chocolate cookie against the chicken bake, right? And it's 5 booms every time. You know what I mean? 5 booms every time. You trying to tell me these two aren't the most evil pieces of shit you've ever met? Look at this fucking kid, dude. He has no emotion. He's fucking dead inside. He's boomed himself to death. He's an empty shell. And that's what they give to Zach. Zach's dead aunt gets 5 booms. Give it up for fucking Zach. Wait, dude, hey. Give it up for Zach's dead aunt, man. This is fucking crazy.
Oh,
So,
Dude, this one is his brother.
oh, we're so sorry to hear about.
Yeah.
This person's brother died.
Right.
okay, so here's the thing is,
Look, Zach immediately sound bites it. You hear that in the background? Zach had boom. He has that shit sound bite right away, dude. I thought that was hilarious, dude. You cannot get any better than that. So now the next time code, this one's kind of crazy. during the break, right? They had 2 weeks to do whatever they could have hung out, blah, blah, blah. I know Ethan and Gila got like a fucking fashion business or whatever. They're pretending they got a fashion business. Basically stealing designs from other people, right? Allegedly, you know, that's what the snark is saying. So I'm sure they don't have too much relaxing they can do, right? They got to maintain their businesses, right? But the crew, they get to relax and shit. Instead of Ethan, like, trying to spend some time relaxing or, like, you know, making sure his businesses are taken care of, this guy spent his whole break, right, making, like, a Hassan Piker hit piece. Like, so, you know, a lot of the week segments that we've been having, like, the past, like, 2 months have all been Ethan going on these crazy side quests when he's got, like, regular episodes planned. He starts going on these side quests and has these like crazy Hassan Piker, Dan Clancy like crash outs on air, right? So he's taking it like a step further. He like really wants to get Hassan like banned on Twitch and completely taken off the internet. So he's making like this long ass hit piece, right? He's about to talk about it here.
So there's that. Also, I have been teasing a work on a video I've been working on. Or a special project, let's say. I have spent every waking moment on this project. And,
Except for when you take care of your kids, right?
What the fuck?
Got him. Got him. Look at Dan. Dan, you should be proud of that one. You should be proud of that one. Ethan spent every waking moment he's had trying to get this fucking hit piece done, right? Of course, Dan comes in with the quickness to correct him. Wait a minute, you got some kids at home. How you spending every waking moment editing videos? You got kids at home, right? Let's hear what Ethan's reaction is to that.
well, I said every available minute, I mean.
Okay.
Not waking minute. Maybe I missed.
Every available minute, right? Every available minute. Anyone in this chat right now with me here actually believe what he's saying? Anyone actually believe this asshole? You know? This guy fucking hired a goddamn nanny and was like, hey, man, you take care of these guys. Like, one of them likes to shit a lot, so, like, make sure you keep an eye on him. I'm going to be in this basement, like, for the next, I don't know. How many hours is 2 weeks, man? Combined, how many hours is 2 weeks? That's how long I'm going to be in the basement. So we'll pay you whatever you want. Just make sure that these two kids don't die, okay? That's like basically what I believe happened. You know, this is my opinion, of course. You know, I don't want to get sued by Ethan Klein for making a hate video.
I was a little worried for Daddy.
No. All the free time I had, Dan, was spent on this project. And it's coming together, but I've never been faced with such an daunting task. I find myself overwhelmed with the quantity of footage, and the video is already like 40 minutes long.
40 fucking minutes this guy. 40 minutes long this video is. Like, I understand a long video. These are like 2.5 hours long. I get it. But there's like 5 different segments in here. I'm not just talking about one dude. I am talking about Ethan, though, for like 45 minutes. You know what I mean? How can you not? So, like, this guy, but to be doing all this, it's easy to, like, talk and bullshit for 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Or at least if you practice it enough, you can get good at it, right? So, like, that's not that bad. But to, like, concentrate everything down, like, he's sitting there going, I'm watching all this footage. I'm, like, basically concentrating all the worst parts of it down to this one video, right? He's 45 minutes in. Holy shit, man. This is crazy. Look at this guy. He's dying inside. Just like the Costco kid. This guy has got nothing left. This Hassan Piker hit piece is really fucking his shit up, dude. Like, this is fucking wild. 45 minutes in he is. And then wait until you hear this. This thing is stressing him out so bad. The Hassan Piker thing is seriously getting to him so bad that he's developed a new tick. Like, remember I joked about the coughing tick, you know, every other word, this guy, nobody is sick for this goddamn long, you know? So what do we have? Galactus, right? Magnus Galactus ended up putting me onto this. Apparently, you take enough fucking Ozempis, bro. That shit'll have you coughing your ass off. People get like crazy side effects off of Ozempic. Like one of them, this was from that fat motherfucker from Are You Garbage. I heard him talk about this on a podcast. You know, another side effect of Ozempic is when you burp, it makes your burp smell like fucking garbage. Did you know that? Like, that's crazy. So this guy, he has to be on some form of Ozempic. It might not be Ozempic. It might be called, what's that other one? Wegovy or something. I don't know. But he's got to be on something. There's no way you're coughing for this goddamn long. Nobody is sick for this goddamn long. It's been like 2.5 months. He's still coughing his ass off like this, right? And I was joking, saying that was like another tick of Ethan's. He's like, every other word. Just like he does the wrist thing. He does the chin thing. You know what I mean? He does all that, right? This guy's so stressed about this Hassan Piker edit. He has a new editing tick. Listen to this.
I just connected.
If I can be vulnerable with you guys too, the editing process has been especially frustrating because I don't know what's triggering it necessarily, but my Tourette's has been really bad lately. And I have this one tick when I'm editing where I like have to do this with the mouse. And
imagine that. I don't know if any one of you watching is like a video editor, like, but it's all mouse. I mean, you're doing everything. It's mouse and keyboard, right? So imagine you have a fucking tick. You're like trying to edit, right? And you're sitting there shaking the goddamn, shaking the fucking mouse. Look at it's happening right here. Right here, it's fucking happening. Now imagine if you were editing a video. You got to make all these precise cuts and movements and move this over here and change this by 1 frame over there. You know, and you're sitting there tweaking. He's so stressed. He's fucking tweaking his ass off while editing. It's doubled his time. And you're going to hear it later. His neck is killing him because of it.
Do this with the mouse. And it's taking like double the amount of time it takes to edit. It's really frustrating. I've never had that issue before. So there's that.
That sucks.
Yeah.
How many crash outs have we had lately, bro? Around this Hassan Piker shit. It's so much so that you had a whole ass break off of the internet and you're still thinking about it. Like, picture if that was any other situation. Like, in everyday life, like somebody, I don't know, cut you in line at the grocery store, right? And then you decide to take out like a whole ass vendetta on this person for them cutting you in line at the grocery store, right? So you like follow them home for weeks. You're bitching about it to your wife and family. They're sick of hearing about it. That's kind of like this, you know? He legitimately went on the cutting in line in the grocery store, right? Let's say that person's week was ruined and then they go on vacation for 2 weeks. This would be like if this person came back from the Bahamas and still was bitching at their wife and kids and everyone that they know about this person at the grocery store. It'd be the same thing. Now imagine if you met somebody like that, right? Now I'm almost willing to bet if you did know somebody who was like that, they don't have the resources that this asshole has. You know, a huge fan base, a big YouTube channel. This guy basically has like one of the biggest megaphones online. So this is like crazy, right? Like to be thinking like this to the point to where you are developing new tics, new fucking like, what would you even call it? Like new fucking symptoms to like your fucking chronic illness or whatever you want to call it.
Sorry to hear that. Maybe you could, there's like a mouse that you hold like this. I wonder if that would help you. Instead of that,
like that.
That's actually insane. Like now they're sitting there going like, oh, like, whoa, we got something that could make it like easier for you, bro. Like it could do it like that. Now watch. I wanted to show you guys this. I almost forgot about this part. This is from the last time code. So he's gonna like start talking about this Hassan Piker video, right? He's spending so much time on it. He's spending so much time in the chair. He's about to hire a masseuse to come to his house to massage his neck because he's sitting in the chair too long and it's making his neck hurt.
I'm not even close to done, frankly. I'm not even close to done. So, and then the other thing is, I was thinking of even adding another section. I was like, dude, I'm never going to finish. It's going to be like 3 hours long. So I think what I'm going to do is finish the part I'm on.
Let me finish.
It'll probably be like an hour and a half long. And then if there's an appetite for it, I'll do a part 2. A part 2 is good, though. That's
Sounds
the thing.
familiar.
If there's an appetite for
Sounds
it.
familiar?
Boom!
Boom!
What's it sound like?
Like a
I would love to use that soundbite. Boom! I might have to try to get that.
previous video that needed a part 2.
Oh, that one had a lot of parts.
Yeah.
All right. let's-
I was sitting in my desk chair for so long, my neck has been killing me. I got a
Until you hear
masseuse
this.
recommendation. They're going to come massage my neck as I edit tomorrow during my free time.
Wait, really?
That's right. I had an idea. They're going to...
This is the same guy. You remember him and Dan just got done having this little joke back and forth, right? He's like, you spending every waking moment editing this video? Like, don't you got kids, motherfucker? Like, and this is what there's no way that you're fucking spending time with your kids. You're hiring a masseuse to come massage your neck when you edit this video. You're crazy.
They're going to come massage my neck as I edit tomorrow during my free time.
Wait, really?
That's right.
Yeah.
I had an idea. They're going to... That's right.
Wow.
Nice.
It's frustrating because I really wanted to finish over break, and I feel like I really need to get it out of me. Like, this is something that I feel I really need to say. So it's frustrating, but I'm working.
This is like Ethan's biblical mission, right? This is like going to be like his piece de resistance to the world, you know? Like this Hassan Piker video. And trust me, when it drops, like, we'll be covering it. Like, do not worry about that. We will be covering it. So now watch this. You guys know Ethan, he's like always good for like talking a lot of shit about like the crew's like family, like their mothers and shit, right? He does that shit to AB. Apparently AB's mom is like a smoke show, you know? She's like a Lebanese hot chick or some shit. So Ethan never shy about talking about how hot AB's mom is. Now watch this. He's going to try to do that to like his new best friend Love, right? And Love's like, yo, calm down, bro. Like, we ain't doing that. Ethan doesn't realize Love's parents are like in LA. He thinks he's like talking to this shit and they're like all the way back in like Sweden. Wrong.
That's the hawk, man. Flying for freedom.
Yeah.
But hello, Mom. What's your mom's name?
Yenny.
Yenny.
Mm-hmm.
Is she watching now?
Yeah. I just got word.
Yenny, I saw a picture of you.
Now look, I just want to throw this out there. I'm not even kidding. Like maybe 2 minutes before this, they were still talking about Love's parents, right? Love said to Ethan, I visited my parents over the break and flew them back here to LA, and they're almost at the end of their visit. They're at my apartment right now. So Ethan doesn't pay attention to shit, and he's about to start talking all this shit.
Oh, great.
You're very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hawk was a very lucky man.
Mm-hmm. I just imagine them sitting in my tiny ass apartment. It's a small apartment. They're just chilling on the small couch. They just ate tacos.
Wait.
Look at that. He did the thing. Watch. They just ate tacos.
Chilling on the small couch. They just ate tacos.
Look at that. Look at his fucking face. Love, never disappointing. He's got the Kanye cool face, bro. They just ate tacos. He reminds me of Zoolander. Zoolander, what was the name of that? The Look. It was like Blue Magnum or some shit like that. And he's always like, it's the same look. It's the same look. Love is doing the same look over and over again. Now watch Ethan realize that Love's parents are here. After not paying attention to him, tell Ethan that his parents are here.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, your mom? Where's your mom?
Here.
Your mom is here?
Yeah.
Ethan,
Wait, hold on.
Ethan, where are you?
Where are you?
Not in this. She's not in the studio.
Wait, no, hold on. Your mom's in America?
Yeah.
Who is on
When
break?
did your parents... What the fuck?
Look, where are you? They go, where have you been this whole goddamn time? Ethan's sitting there like, yeah, your mom is here, bro? Listen to him. He goes, I would have never said that if I would have known they were here. Ethan's worried about, like, Love's dad, Hawk. Hawk does jujitsu and shit, bro. Hawk will come over there and bend Ethan up like a goddamn pretzel.
What's happening? Your dad is back here?
Yeah, I went to Sweden.
Yeah.
Then I flew back home with him.
Wait, they're here. Why aren't they in the office?
My mom doesn't.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wouldn't have done that if I.
Look, Love probably knew. Love was like, I bring these guys to the office and like Ethan's gonna be like trying to like touch my mom's ass and shit, bro. Like I don't want to do it. Does a little look at the end.
I knew she was here. I thought she was far away.
Yeah, she's down the street, literally.
she's like
down the street.
Well, bring her in, man.
No.
Bring her in. Look, so Ethan goes, I wouldn't have done it if I would have known like that she was here. Like I wouldn't talk shit to her face. I would have just done it behind her back, man. Like, come on, cut me some slack, bro. I didn't know, dude. So now watch this. We're about to hear Ethan talk about like one of his haters that made these videos. One of them was a midget. One of them was a midget named Aubrey. You know, Aubrey Smalls, this motherfucker. He's like Joey Swole, but like the opposite. You know Joey Swole, that motherfucker? Red Bar likes to cover this guy. Me and Red Bar were eating lunch the other day. We were talking about Joey Swole, right? And I was telling him how much I get inspiration out of those videos. Red Bar is like the hugest Joey Swole fan. So he's basically talking to me about how much he loves Joey Swole. I'm talking to him about how much I love this midget named Aubrey Smalls, right? This guy is advocating for midgets in like a whole new way. You don't see like the midget Mamba advocating for midgets this way. You don't see Brad Williams advocating for midgets this way. Seems like all the midgets out there that are doing like crazy shit, they're not advocating for midgets. You know, Peter Dinklage, he didn't even want midgets to be in the new Wizard of Oz, man. This Aubrey Smalls motherfucker, good midget. So me and Red Bar arguing over lunch about who's the better one, Joey Swole or Aubrey Smalls. Turns out it's Aubrey Smalls. He made this like hit piece on Ethan. It turns out all the shit in the video like wasn't even true. He's like, oh, Ethan had me on to make like midget jokes about me the whole time with this fucking Jimmy character, man. It's fucking crazy, you know? And turns out they brought him on to educate this Jimmy guy on like the fact that Jimmy likes to say the word midget a lot and makes fun of midgets a lot, right? And then Ethan's sitting here, you know, counterpointing his hate video, right? Which is fine. Ethan wants to defend himself. I get it. But it's funny because Ethan's sitting there going, bro, we treated this guy like so fair, bro. And then they cut to a clip of Ethan talking to this guy and saying midget like 5 times in a row while talking to. That's like if you were talking to like a black person about educating racist people about black people, right? And you just start dropping the N-word all over the goddamn place. You start carpet bombing the N-word all throughout the conversation as if the person that you're talking to is not supposed to jump over the table and beat the fuck out of you, right? So he's going to sit there and be like, bro, we were nothing but good to this guy. And then they play a clip of Ethan being like, yeah, I was talking to people. They were saying midget this and midget that. He doesn't even correct himself in the presence of the midget. But now that the midget's gone, Ethan's like, I never even say the word midget anymore. I'm fucking cool as hell, man.
But you actually seem to break through to Jimmy Lee. Although, well, that's questionable because...
God, imagine that. Imagine this fucking midge, bro, looking like... He does this, like, laughing like that. Bro, this is like a special effects, like, out of a movie. You know what I mean? You ever see, like, the behind the scenes of, like, a sci-fi movie? And there's, like, a creepy alien-looking figure. It's always, like, a puppet, like a mechanical puppet. And they start, like, controlling it from, like, behind the scenes. You ever see one of those videos? That's what this guy reminds me of, like an animatronic special effect out of a goddamn sci-fi movie.
Actually seemed to break through to Jimmy Lee. Although, well, that's questionable because 2 days later he did write, I fucking hate midgets in his description and apology.
Look, and then now, look, I didn't even notice this until right now. Ethan's sitting here tearing apart this guy's video going like, we gave this guy nothing but red carpet treatment. And I'm not going to lie. They didn't treat this midget that bad, okay? They really didn't. They, like, really fucking rolled it out for this guy. So he really did make a fake video against Ethan. Doesn't mean Ethan's not a bad guy. But still, so funny. Ethan's sitting here watching this video back, right? Laughing at himself, calling this guy a midget to his face, right? But he wants to sit there and go, bro, we've been nothing but supportive of the midgets, bro. What are you talking about? Watch him laugh when he says this midget stuff.
Later he did write, I fucking hate midgets in his description.
Look
And
at that. Look at that asshole. Why? Look at the smile. This guy. Look at him. He loves it. He loves the fact that he was saying the word midget. I bet if he was talking about, like, yo, remember when he used to say the N-word all the time? He'd be on his podcast being like, N-word, faggot, N-word. He's said it like 8 times in a row the one day. You know what I mean? I bet you if he was watching like that clip back, he'd be thinking the same thing. He'd be like, "Oh man, I'm the shit, man. That's so fucking funny. It was a joke, man. I'm a comedian." This guy actually thinks he like calls himself a comedian. That's like crazy, right? Like you, a podcaster and a YouTuber. Yeah, the podcast is comedy. Doesn't mean you're a comedian. I've made these points before. This is a comedy podcast. I'm not a comedian. Okay, I cannot call myself a comedian just because my show is like kind of funny. You know what I mean? It's so crazy to me. But watch this. We're gonna end the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment on some more hypocrisy here. You guys remember? This is like archived shit. You guys remember the old Joji clip of Ethan where he's like, "Yeah, man, it's like in a nature setting, like bitches just want to be conquered, man. Like it doesn't even matter." He's like smoking cigarettes with Post Malone. He's like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "These bitches, bro, they gotta get conquered, bro, in this goddamn world, bro. Like all these girls out here want to be conquered. It's like the animalistic nature of the human man, you know what I mean?" And Joji's in the background like, "Oh shit, like this motherfucker's about to get canceled, goddamn." So he's going to start saying his piece about that video, right? And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because Ethan starts like having the craziest double standard when it comes to what he had said in that video. He goes, "It wasn't even that bad. The only thing that made it bad was the fact that Joji was like kind of reacting the way he was in the background." If he would have watched a podcast of anyone that he didn't like saying women should be conquered, that is in their nature, is to be conquered, I mean, he would make a 45-minute hit piece about that person. You know what I mean? Like, this is rules for thee, but not H3. This is the hypocrisy 3 that we all talk about and know. You know what I mean?
The clip with Joji saying that women were at the time.
This is another one of his haters. This is fucking Jabba the Slut over here. This is a big bitch, bro. She came out swinging, and I'm telling you right now, they tear this girl's video apart. I don't even know this girl's name. I feel bad for her because they tore her video apart. The whole video, this girl says like nothing. You know, it's like, you know, when these YouTubers make these videos, a lot of time they're cutting like in between words and shit like that. She's cutting this video up to pieces, and this thing still doesn't make goddamn sense. Usually they cut to cut out like the fluff and string the points along easier. You know, that's why you'll see these guys talk for a second, and then in the next sentence, their hands like over here. You know what I mean? In the middle of the sentence. It's because they have to cut out the bullshit that they're talking in the camera, right? She makes all these goddamn cuts in the video, still doesn't say nothing. Ethan tears this bitch's video apart. But she brings this Joji clip up, and Ethan, listen to his reaction to this.
Was still doing stuff on the internet, I think. As Filthy Frank, saying that women were made to be submissive to men.
That's not what okay, good.
Or apes or whatever, right? Our Neanderthal cousins were probably just like crazy. So there's definitely something like in us to like conquer. Men want to like conquer.
Right.
So it's, you know, women are in a nature setting like to be conquered.
Look at Joji over there. Joji knows what time it is. Joji knows what time it is. That's why Joji's like, "Bro, don't call me Filthy Frank no more." Like, this guy is singing love songs out the ass. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie. Some of them are pretty good. Like, this guy actually did a nice 180. Okay? It's not that bad what he ended up doing on the back end. So this guy, he knows it. He feels it. He's like, this guy's talking some crazy shit right now. And, like, it is what it is. Say whatever the fuck you want. You know, don't act on it. It's not like Ethan's running around clubbing bitches over the head like a caveman and dragging them back to his house, you know? So we get it. But his reaction, again, is so hypocritical because if Logan Paul would have said this, Ethan would have lost his goddamn mind.
First of all, to be clear, I think it's funny how it went down with Joji. I don't even think there's really a problem with this clip, really. I mean, we just had drunk having a conversation. I said something without thinking that much and didn't really say that much. And I really don't even think it's only viral because Joji's.
Yeah, it is a good
Joji in
face.
the back. I mean,
It's not like any.
You said way worse.
See, he's right. It pretty much is only viral because of that reaction. That's not why people like were pissed off about the clip when it was going around though. You know what I mean? That's what got people to pay attention to it and share it and stuff like that. But what you were saying was the context that made them want to share it. You know what I mean? Like the Joji thing just got their eyes on it, you know? So let's give it up for Ethan and the hypocrisy that is H3. It's been a long while since we had a good old week segment. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm here for it. So let's put on a couple more tunes, right? And have ourselves a little bit of a smoke break before we get into the next segment. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Lost Aux Media. Let's have a couple hits, listen to a couple tunes, and then we'll get into the next segment.
Around your necklace, I still play the part of young and reckless. I don't know who you are, I wish I did, I don't. I love myself a lot, I wish I did, oh no. I can't stop thinking but I wish I could, I won't. I don't know who you are, don't know who you are. Your clothes are on the floor, dressed in tatters, where you stood before, something mattered.
Every time I open up a goddamn new tab while I'm doing shit while the song's playing, the music kicks in for just 1 split second. My apologies for the break. Let's get back into this song.
I wish I did, I don't. I love myself a lot, I wish I did, oh no. I can't stop thinking but I wish I could, I won't. I don't know who you are, don't know who you are. If I could do it again, say all the things that I wish I said. If I could do it again.
Wait until I show you guys these clips of Ari talking shit to Bert in this episode of Two Bears, One Cave. You know, Ari's kind of a strange one. I can't resonate with this guy's comedy because, like, funny to him is like pulling his pants down and taking a shit in the middle of the stage at Kill Tony. Like, that is a dead-ass situation that actually happened, that they had to cut out of an episode of Kill Tony. So, there are times where I can't vibe with Ari when it comes to that kind of shit, right? But then you have other times where he's on podcasts with people and he's like the realest motherfucker in the room, right? And that's where I start to resonate with Ari. When he kind of like does this realist thing where he starts calling out his comedian friends for their like ridiculous and stupid ass behavior. Though that's the Ari that I like to see. And when he ended up appearing on this episode of Two Bears, One Cave, this is exactly what ended up happening. He ends up going on there, and him and Tom, like, well, not even Tom. Tom doesn't even really join in that much. Mainly just Ari. Just starts trashing the fuck out of Bert. To the point to where, like, Bert starts getting real self-conscious about it. And when Ari ends up telling him that him, Mark Norman, and Shane Gillis and Joe Rogan decided to have their Protect Our Park shit, like, without Bert and everything like that, Bert takes real fucking offense to the shit. It's actually kind of crazy. So, happening here. So, we're going to start off. The first time code's going to be Ari making fun of Bert. Like, 20 minutes in, this guy is already going for Bert's throat. And I'm here for every second of it. Watch this.
I have a girlfriend. Just if her friends did a podcast about me. I mean,
bad.
Oh, man. It's like the worst.
He'd always finish her food before she was done eating it.
Look at that, dude. So they're sitting there talking about if they had like ex-girlfriends, right? That made a podcast about them, they'd be ruined. Bert's like, man, if I had an ex-girlfriend that did a podcast about me, she'd be saying the wildest shit that I had done when I was dating her. And Ari goes over with this one. She'd be complaining about how you're always finishing her food before she even gets a chance to eat the shit. Imagine that. Imagine seeing Bert fucking just vacuuming food off of somebody else's plate, right? Listen to how he reacts about this. Apparently, this is like actually a thing that he still does to this day. Like Ari was joking about that. And this guy's going to come out with this one.
I love you guys.
That's the number one complaint.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten in years.
I was like, let me be done first, though. Wait till
I put salt on
Imagine
the
that.
food the other day.
You salt on it?
On her
because
food.
you're going to eat it?
Because I was going to eat it. And I was like,
Listen to that, dude. That's insane. They're making this joke about how you're eating your ex-girlfriend's food she's bitching about. She hasn't eaten in years, bro. And he goes, yeah, actually, it's funny you say that. I was salting my wife Leanne's food the other day. She asked me why I was doing that. And it was because I planned on eating it before she had the chance to finish it. That's crazy. Like, it's either a made-up story because that's the way that Bert is. Like, he'll just, like, make shit up in the moment to try to, like, be the cool guy in that situation. Or he's actually that fucking crazy. Either way, it's nuts. If it's true, it's fucking nuts. If he's just making shit up like he usually does just to be, like, part of the conversation or whatever, it's still nuts. Like, imagine you know somebody like that. They just lie their ass off ever. You never trust anything that comes out of their mouth. It's crazy.
First, though. Wait till
I put salt on Leanne's food the other day.
You salt on it?
On her
because
food.
you're going to eat it?
Because I was going to eat it. And I was like, hang on, let's get that. And she was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm salting your food. It's not salty enough for me.
Respectful.
I'm salting your food. It's not salty enough for me. You know what I mean? How else am I going to finish your food if I can't salt it? I mean, like, this is getting kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So, now, this is something I thought was kind of crazy. Their old fans have actually bitched about this so many times in comments to where, like, they had to make, like, post announcements about it. This recording, it came out 5 days ago, right? 5 days ago from the time of this recording right here, right? So by the time you guys see it, it'll be about a week and a half old. Even then, it's still an old-ass recording. They start talking about the fucking Andrew Scholes situation with Kendrick Lamar. Where, like, Kendrick Lamar, I talked about it on the show. Kendrick bitching about Andrew making jokes about black women. Andrew talks about raping Kendrick Lamar. Ethan Klein doesn't like the fact that Andrew's talking about raping Kendrick Lamar. Ethan's coming to defend Kendrick. You guys remember all that? So they're just talking about this now. Do you know what I mean? And their fans bitched about this so many times to them to where they actually made, like, a post on their Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. And they're like, hey, guys, we've been hearing the complaints. We're not going to do the cold openings anymore because we know you guys don't like it. We're going to start doing the recordings more like on time because you guys were bitching about them being old recordings and the topics weren't up to date and all that. They talked about all that. And yet here we are. We're still doing it because we're talking about this Andrew Schultz. This thing happened like almost 2 months ago. Where you guys been?
No, I think that was the thing that was like, I've sold my silence for zero.
Yeah, 12 million though.
12 million's a lot of money.
12 million, fucking.
I 300,000 or 400,000
Also,
would be a solid
for some,
offer.
the other thing that's relevant is that, you know, we live in this world now. Everything is like public consumption, but like a relationship's supposed to be private.
Mm-hmm.
And so for someone to go like, hey, how about the thing that was between us that sucked?
Oh, see, right now they're talking about the Brianna Chickenfry Zach Bryan breakup, bro. They haven't even gotten to the Andrew Schultz breakup yet.
You don't talk about, and you're like, I don't know. Like, unless you go like, I have to relay this story. Well, if you're relaying like you said, like being hit or something like real abuse, like I understand. But if you're just like, yeah, he just sucked. Like, why do you have to tell everyone?
Who's the
somebody
next
sucked?
guy to date her? Like I couldn't. You can't. You got to be on your best behavior
Every
all
time.
the time.
Oh shit, we're still on that old fucking time code. But it's still, you could see it's still an old recording. They're sitting there talking about the fucking Brianna Chickenfry breakup and shit. And then Bert comes out here with this Andrew Schultz thing.
Netflix
Yeah,
would keep
fuck
it
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Take it off. Oh wait, we haven't even talked about Andrew Schultz.
Wait, what?
Look at that. Dude, Tom and Bert are like shocked right now. Because they're sitting there. So Bert, he just goes, oh my God, we haven't even talked about the... And then they start making fun of him because he's spazzing the fuck out like an idiot, right? And the only thing that comes out of his mouth with all that jibber jabber is he goes, we haven't even talked about the Andrew Schultz rape, dude. So naturally, Ari and Tom are like, whoa, like one of our coworkers like raped somebody, bro. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, they're like freaking the fuck out in their heads right now, right? You can see it in both of their face. Look at Tom. Tom's like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? What did you just come out and say on air? Like, yo, we got to talk about this stuff like before we get on and hit record, bro. You can't just drop this on us. And even Ari's over here like the cops came. Ari's like, I didn't rape nobody. It was all Andrew. You know what I mean? Like, Ari's over here fucking shook the fuck up. Like, these two, legitimately, they have no idea what's going to come out of Bert's mouth next.
We haven't even talked about Andrew Schultz.
Wait, what?
What?
Pause there. Let's go to commercial.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about Andrew Schultz raping, and then he just stops talking. They're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Wait, what?
Andrew Schultz, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at Tom. Tom's like, what the fuck? Look at Tom's face. Tom don't know what the fuck to do, bro. Tom is shook the fuck out, bro. He's like, dude, please, you cannot drop this shit on us like this, Bert. Like, we're not even gonna release this episode for like 3 months. So like, now I'm gonna have to sit on this for the next 3 months. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? Now look, watch. Not even 10 minutes later, we got Ari coming at Bert again. And I love it. Listen to this.
I got in a fight with Black Twitter.
About what? Spelling?
No.
Ooh.
No.
About what? Spelling, bro? Look at Tom's face. Tom's like, bro, I know he is fucking retarded, isn't he, bro? Like, this is crazy. What did you get in a fight with Black Twitter about? Spelling? That's crazy. Because I don't know if you've seen the spelling over at Black Twitter. That shit's bad. So if they're making fun of you about that, you're fucking up.
Got in a fight with Black Twitter.
About what? Spelling?
No. It was V-Day gifts for the hood with a hashtag.
Oh, you got involved in it?
And I saw it and I was reading it and it was really racist. But it was black people making the racist jokes. Get her another baby, she already got 10 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I put in I just Google searched great Valentine's Day gifts and then just put one in. I was like, how about a classy pen? And they fucking went off. They're like, stay out of this.
Because you sound like you're trying to be like a racist asshole. Like, if they're all talking like hood shit in that thread, right? They're all joking around. Now you come in and you go like, well, how's about a classy pen? Like, all you fucking crazy fucking Neanderthals in here, like, you want a nice pen so you can maybe write some shit. He sounds like an asshole when he does that. That's why Black Twitter's bugging out on this guy. And he probably spelled all of it wrong, just like Ari had said. Like, I don't know. I just love Ari making fun of him like this. And watch, when you see, this one's going to be a long one. We're going to strap in because this one's going to be kind of long. Bert's about to bug out. Bert starts talking about how him and Tom have basically been replaced by Joe with Ari, Mark Norman, Shane Gillis, right? They're doing their Protect Our Park shit. Ever since Joe started doing that Protect Our Park stuff, Bert and Tom, you seldomly see them on there. And I think it's been like maybe 1 or 2 years since like they've done a Sober October. And Sober October, that's usually when Bert, Tom, Ari, and Joe get together. They all stay sober for a month. They start doing like fitness challenges and shit like that. Bert gets into pretty good shape because Joe's like whipping his ass for a month straight, and then Bert falls off again, you know what I mean? So that's like the only time that Joe like hangs out with these assholes, right? And now Joe kind of doesn't do it. He's got Protect Our Parks. What does he need them for? So Bert starts talking about this, and when Ari starts dropping the heat on Bert, Bert starts bugging out. Watch this.
October anymore?
Maybe.
Because I'm not good at accents.
No, I love
Yeah,
you.
that's what. Yeah.
Ari, as a member of both Sober October and Protect Your Parks.
Oh, yeah, you're the only one.
Protect our
You're
parks,
the only one.
Please have some respect.
You're the only
Put respect
one.
on their name.
What's that?
Put respect on their name.
We've never watched an episode.
Ooh, look at that. And then you heard Bert at the end. We never watched an episode. So Bert, in classic Bert fashion, he pronounces the name wrong. It's not Protect Your Parks. It's Protect Our Parks, right? So Ari hears that. Ari goes, put some respect on that shit. You're going to say Protect Our Parks, second biggest show in the world, because it's on Joe Rogan. He goes, Protect Our Parks. We're bringing in big numbers, bitch. You better put some respect on that shit. You say that shit, you put some respect on it, hits him with a Birdman. You know what I mean? Now, Bert goes, oh, well, we never even watched a single one, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
Ari, as a member of both Sober October and Protect Your Parks.
Oh, yeah, you're the only one.
Protect our parks,
You're the only one.
Please have some respect.
You're the only
Put respect
one.
on their name.
What's that?
Put respect on their name.
We've never watched an episode. We refuse to.
Okay.
We just think it's kind of ridiculous that we got replaced.
Yeah.
Just replaced.
Just straight
like
up
two new
replaced.
white guys. At least make it diverse. Bring in an Asian or a black guy.
No.
No. Look at that. I love that. Ari hits him with the fucking no. At least replace us with a black guy or an Asian guy. Ari's like, nope, all whites. Sorry. Sorry, Bert. You just happen to be one of the whites that we don't want around. You know what I mean? Imagine if you ever watch an episode of Protect Our Parks? These boys are getting wasted as hell in that shit. And it kind of works with them because, like, Shane Gillis is kind of, like, wrangling them all up. You know what I mean? Shane's the only one that could handle his alcohol in that group. So they start getting wild. Shane starts cracking the whip. He's like, whoa, we got to chill out, boys. It's a podcast. You know what I mean? Let's calm down. Now, imagine throwing Bert in the middle of that. Imagine that. That would be crazy, bro. You got to use your imagination this episode because I'm saying it a lot, okay? So if your imagination's not running wild like mine, this is going to be a difficult episode for you to get through.
Wait, you didn't pick it.
I did pick it. I'm the one who fucking.
No, he brought them
pitched it.
there.
I said, hey, we're going to Skankfest. We're going a day early. Who wants
you
us?
You replaced us?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you were showing me some disrespect off the free drugs I gave you. No, thank you. And then so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Did we
And
get
then
Ooh, so that's a big claim right there. This is quite a loaded joke that Ari's throwing at Bert right now. So if you don't know the context of this joke, it just sounds like a harmless joke to you. Oh, I gave you some drugs at one point and you never thanked me for them. You'd be listening to this, you thinking like they're at a festival or something like that, and Ari and Bert are hanging out, and Ari goes, hey man, here's like some acid, bro. Like, you want to trip together? Me and you could trip together. We hang out at the festival. And Bert's like, yeah, dude, I want to trip, man. It's the coolest fucking thing, man. So, like, Ari and Bert trip together. You would think of that, right? If you don't know the context of this joke. That's not what happened. Bert ends up having Ari on, I think it's his podcast, Bertcast or some shit. This is like years ago. Ari gets on there, ends up fucking dropping Molly in Bert's, like, beer or something like that. Doses the fuck out of him. Now, Bert and his wife start freaking out for a little bit. Of course, his wife is freaking out more because somebody just drugged her husband and she's a square. And Bert ends up having the time of his goddamn life. Like, his wife makes a big deal out of it. Yeah, it is a big deal. If somebody drugged me, I don't care how good of a time I've had. I'd be pissed off. I probably wouldn't hang out with that person anymore. Bert, of course, forgives and forgets. And Ari's making this joke like, well, I gave you some drugs one time and you never thanked me for them. So we made this Protect Our Parks thing, and we decided not to put you in it.
Why?
Because you were showing me some disrespect off the free drugs I gave you. No, thank you. And then so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Then I said, okay, I'll move on.
We got replaced because you drugged me and I didn't enjoy it?
You did enjoy it.
But no,
You
hold
didn't
on.
act like you
Hold
enjoyed
on.
it.
Hold on. I thought Joe replaced us.
I said to Joe and Tom, hey,
And Tom.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Austin. I sent them both texts with Norman and Shane, and I said we got to go to Houston. We can stop for a day before. You want like a 4? And Joe's like, yeah.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm the only one that cares.
Yeah.
Tom's like, I'm running.
Yeah, Tom's like, bro, just so you know, I have like an actual life, bro. Like, when me and my wife had kids, like, I actually pledged to take care of them. And then I backed up my word and, like, took care of them. You know what I mean? I might not be the best at. I still go on tour. 48 weeks out of the year or whatever, but I'm there for them as much as I can be. On the other hand, Bert's like, no, like, I care, bro. He's like, I've never looked after my kids or anything. Only thing I've ever cared about is like myself. So yeah, I care. Like, I have 1,000,001 things going on. I have revenue streams in every different which way direction you could possibly imagine. I have actual employees under my belt. I still care. I have so much stuff going on. I want to be liked by as many people as I can because I'm an empty shell of a bitch that I still care. You know what I mean? And look at Bert. Tom says he doesn't care. Bert's looking at him like he wants to shoot lasers through his fucking temples. You know what I mean? Because Tom's kind of making Bert look like an asshole here.
Yeah, and Joe's like, yeah.
Just so you know,
yeah,
I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm the only one that cares.
Yeah. Tom's like, I'm running an empire.
Guys, I have a career also, but but also I do go. It would be fun to get that Joe,
to get that laid back.
The fun to protect your parks, Joe is not sober October. Joe.
Parks. No, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. We just get tuned up and fucking. All you do is chat. None of us.
Look at how pissed off Bert is. Bert's like, I just want to get wasted with Joe Rogan, man. Is that too much to ask for, bro? Like, dude, this is not sitting well with Bert at all, dude. Like, and here's the thing. Bert, you can't have that fucking shit with Joe. Because Joe's going to end up fucking, like, roundhouse kicking this motherfucker in his goddamn neck. You know what I mean? Because Bert's going to end up annoying Joe to the point to where Joe's going to get violent. Like, even someone who, claims to be as self-disciplined as Joe Rogan. Bert, you get a couple drinks in Bert and he'll make a guy like that crack. He will. Joe will end up going to jail for manslaughter or something like that. Because one of those kicks, like, you ever seen Joe kick a heavy bag? One of those things will split you in half. So if Bert annoys Joe to the point to where Joe has to get violent with him, Bert's not making it out of that bitch. You know what I mean? So whatever little self-discipline Joe does have, he uses it to say, I'm sorry, Bert, I can't drink with you like that. You know what I mean? You could come to the club, you do a spot, we have a drink or two, whatever. You go into the green room, you leave me the fuck alone. Okay? But we can't hang out like that. Not doing a 5-hour podcast to protect our parks. We're all eating mushrooms and getting wasted on whiskey. Nah, bro. You can't come in there and fuck that vibe up.
Let's challenge them to fucking workouts. None of us on Protect Our Parks go, let's do a push-up.
Hold on. I think I'm understanding. Am I the problem?
You're the factor. I wouldn't say problem.
You're a factor. You're a key factor for sure.
Part of it is that when you come in, he's going like, how's this guy alive?
You're the self-help guy.
Yeah, he's
self-help guy.
No, you're not self-help. He's like, let's help this guy, not self-help.
You see that right there? It's just what I was talking about. It's the same shit I was talking about. And we talked about it last week when I was talking about the Chrissy K ass, When him and Giannis were on, and he was trying to light that cigar, Joe started getting pissed because Joe's like, bro, I don't want to have to babysit your ass. And it's the same thing. Joe sees a guy like Bert walk through the door. He's got a handle of Porosos, fucking double fisting 2 handles of Porosos in his hand. He goes, bro, I'm going to end up having to fucking take care of this stupid asshole. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I don't want to have Bert in here acting a fucking goddamn fool in my podcast. That's why the only time he does podcasts with Bert now is during Sober October. He has to get Bert bone dry before he walks through that goddamn door to talk on the mic, or else he can't stand him.
Now, what's the opposite of self-help?
This is backfiring totally.
Yeah. So it becomes that. That's when it becomes annoying for you, when you're like, all right, leave me alone.
Yeah, because sometimes you come in, right, and he's just like, what's going on? You all right?
Yeah. I've taken that role in Protect Our Parks where they're like, let's advise Ari. I'm like, I don't want advice.
Oh, they started that to you?
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
See, so it just
why am I in this role?
Wait, who's Bert and who's Tom in Protect Your Parks?
Protect Our Parks. It is.
Ooh, hit him with that correction again. I like that. Ari's not letting up on this one. Dude, he's going to keep twisting that goddamn knife. And Bert's about to start yelling and everything. Watch.
Okay, it's all shifted.
Yeah.
So
Shane's Bert.
No.
Bullshit, I'm not Mark.
No.
Are you me?
I'm you.
You're me?
I'm you. Shane's Joe.
What?
Joe's Tom.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Joe's Tom. Norman's me, and I'm you.
Wow, that's a huge shift.
That's actually
Yeah,
great.
it's Shane's show.
Oh,
It's Shane's show. Remember I was telling you that. That shit's true, bro. Like, they'll all start talking at the same time. Shane's the only one that'll be like, bro, we're having like 3 different conversations at the same time, bro. Like, we all need chill. You know what I mean? Like, Shane starts fucking throwing like drills down there. Hut. You know what I mean? Throws the mic to Joe. Joe's like, I got it, bro. Like, let's do this, man. Like, Shane really does run the shit over at Protect Our Parks. I'm telling you.
Shane runs it.
Yeah.
Really?
It's Shane's show.
Really?
This is my impression of Joe Rogan when Shane's in the room.
Sucking dick.
Do your impression of Joe Rogan when I'm in
I'll
the
do
room.
it as Churchill. I'll do Joe Rogan as Churchill.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lord.
So he fans out on
Yeah,
it.
he fans out hard. Well, we all do a little
hilarious.
bit.
For real?
But, yeah, he loves him. But then Norman, when
You know why Joe likes Shane so much? Because Joe sees that's the next one. He can ride the coattails of. You know what I mean? In comedy. Let's not forget, we're not talking about podcasting. I know Joe's the biggest, okay? We get it. In comedy. Like, Joe sees Shane and how popular Shane's getting, how funny he is, right? Joe goes, oh, that's another one to bring on tour with like me, Ron White, Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? Joe gets these guys, wrangles them up, starts these big-ass tours. He starts paying for everything. You know what I mean? How many times have I talked about this? Joe's like whole comedy strategy is schmooze these guys, have them around you as much as you possibly can. Maybe some people will think you're funny because you hang out with all of them. You know what I mean? This has been Joe's strategy since the beginning. When Joe was like a feature, you know what I mean? He's still bringing his buddies on the goddamn road paying for their shit. How the fuck do you do that as a goddamn feature? He had the Fear Factor money. You know what I mean? Then he goes headlining. He's bringing 2 goddamn openers. He's paying for all their shit. One of them is Joey Diaz. He doesn't even show up half the time. Joe's still paying this motherfucker. You know? So this is Joe's strategy. He pays for everybody's shit. He keeps them around him. You know what I mean? Let me buy a comedy club. Everybody's got to hang out at my spot. You know? It's like the popular kid who's not good at the thing, right? But he's got all the shit. So everybody wants to hang out with him. You know? It's the same thing with Joe Rogan. So now he's sitting there going like, yeah, this is what the deal is right now here.
But for real? Yeah, he loves him. But then Norman, when on Sober October, I just get to tag. I just get to like throw in jokes. It's fun, make fun of your fat feet, make whatever. And then like that's what Norman's job is. He just tag.
And who's me again?
I'm you in that I slow it down and then they're like unwanted advice comes my way.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get we can fix Ari?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I'm great. Fine. Yeah, same as you. We're like, I'm not looking to quit drinking.
No, I'm having a really good time.
You're going to have withdrawals. And like, I'm not even going to quit. What are you talking about? You're like, I want to take a day off. And everyone's like, let's get you to the hospital.
So do you think we'll ever do Sober October again?
We should. I got a new special out. That would be a good excuse to come do one.
Yeah, but can I be Joe?
Can I be Joe?
Let's make him not sit in that seat.
Okay.
Oh, you want to sit in the seat?
I want to be Joe.
I want to be Joe. Dude, that's fucking crazy. This is like, usually with people like this, you can like read them like a book. You know what I mean? Like if they sit there and they have this desperate ass attitude to them, they don't have to say stuff like, I want to be Joe. Joe probably picks up on his energy and he probably doesn't want to have him around that much anymore. You know what I mean? If you're thinking like this, imagine how you subconsciously act around the guy. So this is like crazy to hear this come out of his mouth. And he's like dead serious. You could hear the sincerity in his voice. He goes, can I be Joe? Like, what the fuck? You're a grown-ass man.
I got a new special out. That would be a good excuse to come do one.
Yeah, but can I be Joe?
You can be Joe. Let's make him not sit in that seat.
Okay.
Oh, you want to sit in the seat?
I want to be Joe.
How do you get to be Joe, though?
Yeah, how are you going to be
Because Joe, what Joe
here's
does that you don't have the capacity to do is not
listen.
make it all about himself.
Hold on. Fuck off.
Ooh.
No, hold on. There's a clip.
He's about to start yelling.
Hold on.
That's a
Fuck
clip
you.
of
Fuck you.
There's got to be a clip out there of you not interrupting.
No.
Look that up.
I'm not interrupting.
Ooh, he's about to start yelling. So this is, dude, this guy's about to lose his shit. He goes, you can't be Joe. Because when Joe asks somebody a question, he'll actually shut the fuck up and let them talk for a little while. Yeah, when he starts talking again, he'll talk for 78 minutes. But while the person's getting their piece out, Joe's as quiet as a church mouse. He doesn't make it about him. He might even ask a follow-up question. We don't get many of them out of you. You know, Bert is one of those people that he waits for it to be his turn to speak. He doesn't listen to you talk. You know what I mean? You ever meet people like that? You can tell. It's pretty easy. Because half of the time they reply to you, it's not even about what the fuck you're even talking about, right? They start losing point of the conversation. They start talking about their shit. Or they might even start trying to one-up you. You know, you ever meet the one-upper? You know, you say a story, and they go, well, I remember when I did that, it was like crazier. You know what I mean? It's like one of them. That's the kind of guy Bert is. So now Ari's about to make fun of him about this, and this one strikes the biggest chord with Bert. Watch this.
Hold on. Fuck off. Hold on. There's a clip. No. Hold on.
There's a
Fuck
clip
you.
of
Fuck you.
There's got to be a clip out there of you not interrupting.
No.
Look that up.
I'm not interrupting. I'm having a fucking conversation.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
That's how conversations fucking work.
Agreed. Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say,
look at that. I love that shit, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Look at this guy. Dude, they're gonna try to play it off like they're doing like this little bit by like smirking in between and shit. Bro, Bert ain't that good of an actor. I'll tell you right now. I saw the trailer for The Machine, bro. And trust me, that's all I needed to see. This guy ain't that good at acting. So this little burst right here is fucking real. He's gonna try to play it off like he's smiling and trying to play it into it. This guy is really getting pissed about this.
No.
Look that up.
I'm not interrupting. I'm having a fucking conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at dude, and Tom is sitting here like, yo, Ari's nailing this right now, bro. I love that. I love how Bert's just ruthlessly getting on this guy.
Okay.
That's how conversations fucking work.
Agreed. Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say, if you said and then I go, God, that's crazy. I would never be able to do that. And then because Joe's done that, he goes,
look, Tom right now is probably going through hell. Because the last episode that we talked about, Your Mom's House with Armie Hammer, right? They were talking about how bad Bert is. Brett's Bert. I'm stoned as fuck. They were talking about how bad Bert's breath is. In that at Mom's House episode with Armie Hammer that I covered. We didn't talk about it during that episode. But they were sitting there like, Tom is like, dude, his mouth smells like the inside of like a garbage disposal from a sink or some shit. Like, and he's sitting there yelling. He's going, it's not a conversation. This is how conversations work. You know? So all his breath, he's like, all over Tom, sitting right next to him. It's like that episode of SpongeBob. You remember when SpongeBob thought he was ugly? He really just had bad breath. Everybody's sitting there like dying around him and shit. You know, fishes were like, you know what I mean? He was killing everybody. It's the same shit. Tom is sitting there staring right at his mouth. It's like a beeline. He's staring right at his mouth because he wants to know what direction that heat is coming from. You know what I mean? Just in case he needs to steer clear of it. Right now, it's going past his nose. You know? Right past his nose. He knows that if Bert just turns 90 degrees to the left to look at him, it might be over for him. He's staring him down because he doesn't want to get hit with that again.
He goes, don't make it about you. I go, but that's how life works. I think of things and I go, that's amazing. I could never run 25 miles.
Yeah.
You know, like I could never run 50 miles. But I'll be Joe.
Okay, that's it. Let's give it up for Ari Schaffir destroying Bert Kreischer's confidence. Apologize about the clunkiness, man. That technical difficulty shit really fucked up my flow. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. So who do we have next on the docket for this week's episode? Oh man, we have Grace O'Malley getting horny as all hell on this past weekend with Theo Von. Should we have a smoke before that? I think we should have a smoke before that, man. Let's see what's on the tubage, on the music tube, you know? Is anything playing right now? I don't think anything's playing. Oh, okay. We're going to skip that one. We already did a slow one. I don't want to do two slow ones, you know what I mean? So let's get a little bit of tunes, spark that J up again, and then we'll get into that Grace O'Malley business, getting hornier than all hell on this past weekend with Theo Von. This shit is going to be wild. So spark up your bongs, hit your bowls, light your joints, and then we'll be getting right back into it with Lost Aux Media. You guys hear about this Mark Zuckerberg getting all Giga Chad on us, bro? This guy is like trying to pull like a whole Elon Musk, you know what I mean? He made an announcement the other day on Twitter or Facebook and Instagram, I should say. This guy's like, bro, we're opening up the floodgates, bro. Free speech is number one. Donald Trump is in office, bro. Like, we're back, bro. We're not gonna silence people who talk shit about trans people no more. We're not gonna silence you if you just want to say some random shit. We're getting rid of the fact checkers, bro. He's bringing in a community note system like Twitter. This guy is pulling like a whole 180. Dude, the second that I saw that announcement, I started going on Facebook and making death threats in Facebook groups, bro. Account has not gotten taken down since. I threatened to kill a fucking comedian named Josh Denny, dude. I have not seen a ding on my goddamn account, bro. It's insane. Zuckerberg, Giga Chad Zuck, opening up them gates, bro. Go and check that video out if you haven't seen it. This guy's got a whole new look and everything. Trust me, you're gonna like it. So let's listen to a little bit more of these tunes, put out this J, and jump right back into it. Not bad at all. If I say so myself, you know what I mean? So let's get back into these time codes. Grace O'Malley getting horny as hell on Theo Von's this past weekend, right? So if you guys know anything about Grace O'Malley, she was the co-host of the Plan Bri, like Uncut or Uncensored podcast or something. As the Brianna Chickenfry girl from BFFs with Dave Portnoy, right? Her and Grace O'Malley were like best friends even before Bri started working at Barstool. Bri got her a job at Barstool. They were working together doing the podcast for a good long while. But once Bri started dating Zach Bryan, kind of threw a wedge in their relationship because Grace had called it from the rip that Zach Bryant, I don't know, I don't care. She knew that this guy was no good. She called it right from the start. So anytime that Bri would get a bunch of shit online for that situation, Grace wasn't so quick to come and support her because she's like, bro, I'm telling you this guy sucks, bro. Like, what are you doing? So it got to the point to where, like, I guess Bri maybe felt like her and Grace, like, weren't as good of friends as she thought that they were. She wasn't getting as much support as she needed to at the time. So they decided to call off the Plan Bri show. Bri ends up making, like, one quick, like, pass-by comment about it online somewhere, and Grace flips her wig and loses her mind. It's like, we were supposed to announce the end of the show together in a video, and you backstabbed me, and blah, blah, blah. So she ends up quitting Barstool. Grace, like, straight up quits Barstool and everything. But just because they ended the podcast together didn't mean Grace had to just leave her job. You know what I mean? Barstool would have still employed her. So she just burnt that bridge right out the rip. Ended the contract early and everything. Grace ends up getting signed with, it's called like the Unwell Network or something. It's Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. Runs this podcast network called the Unwell Network, right? So Grace is about to start a show on Alex Cooper's network. I don't remember what the hell she said the name of the podcast was or whatever. But naturally, when things like this get put into place, you know, I got something that's going to be coming out soon. Everybody starts getting on the podcast circuit. So Grace is starting to do her rounds. She ends up getting on Theo Von's this past weekend. And, you know, you expect it to be like a nice, easy promo podcast, right? Wrong. Dude, Grace is horny as fuck, bro. And I'm telling you, you think I'm, like, playing it down? I'm not. Like, apparently guys, like, don't want to touch this chick. And trust me when I say, she's feeling it, bro.
One of my worst jokes I ever wrote was like one of my first ones was that I'm so Irish that I was breastfed Guinness.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, but
but it is what it is.
It's a rough one, kind of. I told some rough. One of my first jokes was like, I need a job, a blow job.
That's classic, though. Come on.
Ooh, look at that, right? So now she's got her hand out, right? Because Theo made like a sexy joke. He goes, I need a blow job. So in her mind, she's like, he said the word blow job, so her brain is going crazy. She's like, oh, well, since he's talking about sex around me, maybe that means he's like comfortable enough with me to fuck me. Like, I don't know. So immediately she goes to throw her hand out. She's like, let me touch him. I just want to touch him. You know what I mean? I just want to feel the caress of a man, even if it's for a split second. You know what I mean? And this is right here. When I first saw this, I didn't take this as a horny gesture. I did not take this as a horny gesture. It was after all the stuff that she had said after this. That's what made me come back to this and go, whoa, wait a minute. She might have been horny from the start of this goddamn thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? She might have been horny from the rip. So you're about to see, Theo makes that corny ass blowjob joke. That gets her wheels cranking. She's like, let me just touch him for a second.
Oh, one of my first jokes was like, I need a job, a blow job.
That's classic, though. Come on.
Look, and we've made contact.
Thanks.
You
At least
see
we
that?
have each other, right?
Oh, at least we have each other, right? Now, wait till you see the contact, bro.
Classic, though. Come on.
Reunited and it feels so good. Ooh, look, Theo looking a little fucking disgusted off of that one. Look at his face. He go, oh, man, I didn't mean to touch her hand like that, bro. I think I might have got her pregnant, man. I don't know. I don't know how these things work, man. I always thought a girl got pregnant because 3 squirrels in a jumpsuit delivered the baby on a fucking tricycle, man. I don't know how it worked like that, So Theo's worried about that touch, bro. So that was just the start of the horniness, bro. It's going to get worse from here. But before it gets worse, I want to show you guys, dude, apparently this girl, like, before we start talking about how horny she is, because she's going to start talking about, like, how guys don't flock to her and stuff like that. And I'm starting to think that, like, there might be something else behind that. Because when you see a girl like Grace O'Malley, a big, pale, white chick like that, brothers love that shit. Brothers be out there sniffing that shit out. They will get the biggest white bitch that they possibly can just to see a little pink on the inside. So when I heard that nobody's knocking at that door, I was like, well, what about the brothers? Because I know a lot of them are out there, and they're putting that overtime on a bitch like her. So I'm like, maybe she's got something against the brothers. Maybe she don't like the brothers that much. Maybe she's a little racist. Then I come to find out she's from like the most racist part of Boston.
Yeah. So you're originally from where at?
I'm from Boston, but like outside of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do people from outside of Boston look differently at people than inside of Boston?
Culturally, probably. There was this thing in the 70s called busing where they brought African American children into the city and
for schooling and stuff.
For schooling, yeah.
Okay.
So some people didn't like that, so those people they left, and that is unfortunately where I come from.
Oh god damn, bro.
Change my state of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, so hard to find.
We got him. Look, because this is what I'm saying right here. You trying to tell me brothers wouldn't line up around the block to have a shake at this bitch? They would. This is like the type you always see, like some real skinny ass black dude with a big old bitch like this, big old white bitch like this, and she got a lot of money, bro. Like she could take care of you, man. You trying to tell me like these dudes ain't knocking at her door? Shit. So she's got to be like something's got to be up with that, because there's no way. And we haven't even gotten to the part where she talks about this yet. I'm just pointing it out to you. It'll make sense later, but I just thought it was funny how she brought up this thing is called bussing, right? They used to call it bussing back in the day. It's when they used to bus African-American boys to the inner city to let them go to school with all the white folk. You know what I mean? Apparently, a lot of white people in Boston didn't like that. Said, "Fuck it, we're moving to the outskirts of the city, dude. We don't want to be around all these black people." Is that why Bussin' with the Boys comes from, bro? When you hear the Barstool Bussin' with the Boys, is that what they're talking about? They're busting all these black people to and from the inner city, bro. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But so now that's a little pre-context, right? Or a little whatever, foreshadowing for what's to come. I'm telling you, when you hear her say this, she's like, bro, the boys, they don't come a flocking. She sounds like JFK before he got shot in the head. You know what I mean? He was real quiet after that incident. So she's like, oh, the boys, they don't come a flocking like that, like you would think they would. They don't come a flocking like that. When I'm in Boston, they don't come.
What does love look like for you? What's your love life like? Do you have a boyfriend or you don't have a boyfriend?
I do not have a boyfriend. I have.
You might have said that too. Sorry.
I've never had one, and
You've
I'm 26.
never had one?
I know, and it's like everyone always does that, and it's like, oh,
Sorry.
rats.
Oh.
Like, damn. Every single time, I'm like, oh, I should just let that person have that reaction because it is crazy. It is crazy, but I have to address it.
But it's also pretty special, though, I think.
Yeah, when I find that Mr. Special Guy, it's going to be real good because I've waited this long, I suppose.
Bro, you hear all that pent up? Bro, this is the most sexually frustrated chick in Boston right now. Somebody's got to come in there and put some ones and twos on this goddamn broad. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's got to give it to her. You know? Because she's going crazy inside right now. But like I said, she's sitting there going like, oh, when I find that guy, it's going to be real good because I haven't found him yet. And wait until, Theo, you hear this. She's about to say they don't come flocking like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 26 years.
See, she sounds like JFK. 26 years. 26 years. I don't know. Maybe she's not lying. Maybe I'm just being an asshole. Because some girl comes up to me and it's like, hey, man, you want to go out on a date or something? Like, comes at me with that Boston bullshit. I'm be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'd be like, yo, am I getting punked? Am I on a reality TV show? So I asked the girl, how old are you? She goes, I'm 26 years. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I'd be flabbergasted off of that.
Because I've waited this long, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 26 years.
Yeah, 26 years.
You haven't missed my.
That's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the episode. 26 years. Yeah, so 26 years.
Do you feel like you've missed out on some good ones or no?
No, they don't really flock. You'd be totally shocked that I am not I don't really scream fuck me. Like, I don't really have fuck me eyes ever. So I think I'm more of like a bro to some people.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. She goes, they don't really come flocking. They don't come a flocking like that. You know what I'm saying? There has to be something. Because I'm telling you, I know at least 10 black dudes that would dust this bitch off in a heartbeat. So there's no way she hasn't read. And she was living in New York, working at Barstool. Like, I guarantee you, dude. Look, I'm from the tri-state area. I know what it's like to be walking down the streets in New York. Dude, anyone, brothers, Italian dudes, they see a hot chick, they see a girl with a heartbeat. She doesn't even have to be hot. Walking down the street, one of them's gonna catcall the shit out of you. They actually do that. That's insane. I actually had to see that on video to believe that guys will actually catcall you like a cat. I always thought it was just guys going like, hey girl, what's up? Like as they're walking by. I thought that was considered a catcall. It's like when you're not directly talking to them, they're passing by and you're just going, hey, over there, what's up, girl? Like, what you doing? I thought that was catcalling. No, there's actual dudes that will fucking, when a girl passes by, like a cat, will go, like as if the girl's gonna turn around, like, and be like, oh yeah, start purring at you and shit. Like, what are you, fucking crazy? So you trying to tell me there's gotta be a couple of them catcalling your ass, especially you wearing all these crazy colors. You're broad as fuck. Right? And you have this crazy ginger ass hair. It's not like you're hard to see, okay? So they're gonna call you. So I thought that there was something up with this. There's no way that and she's famous. Like, she's kind of internet famous. You trying to tell me you don't get like dick pics in the DMs? Pick one of them. Settle, man. You can't be doing this to yourself, keeping your standards all high, and then you're driving yourself crazy because you're not getting enough dick in your life. You got to do something about it.
Like, my way of flirting is, like, misogynistic.
Oh, like, kind of, yeah, just being buddies?
Yeah, just being like, yo, dude, like, check out her tits, or you can check out mine if you prefer.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
You see, that's what I was saying when I said that. Like, earlier, when she did the handshake, because Theo's like, yeah, man, my first joke, I was like, yo, I need a job. I need a blow job, man. And then what was her reaction to that? She goes, yeah, bro, that's what's up, man. Yeah. She goes to give him a fucking high five or whatever, and Theo doesn't even know what to do. He thinks that she's trying to hold his hand. He gives her the opposite hand instead of dapping her up. He, like, actually holds her hand and shit. So they were both confused. They both didn't know what to do. Theo's trying to get off of porn, and this girl wishes she was in a goddamn porn. So she's sitting there, like, throwing it at this motherfucker, right? She's lonely, and she's horny. And we're 20 minutes in. Right? That's going to be like that. She had brought it up one other time before that time code. She talked about getting like a male prostitute or something, but it sounded like a joke. It was like in such passing that you thought she was kidding. And you saw 20 minutes in, we just go over the time code. She's lonely and horny. She wants that boyfriend to come in. She'd be a whore if she could. They don't come flocking, bro. So now listen to this. She starts coming with more sexual innuendos and shit. She's going to be tossing it at this. She might as well just turn around and start backing up into this guy.
No, that's actually, I think it's hilarious.
But now does it become a thing where you don't have a boyfriend because it's almost become a thing? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, like I'm like too far in now. So it's like, I'm not looking. I don't really give a shit at this point. It's just, it is what it is. If it comes, it comes. But I would love to come one day.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I just looked in the monitor. Dude, I just looked in the monitor to see, like, the view that just seeing me in the monitor, sitting next to her like this, like, and she just looks so fucking crazy, bro. She looks like the most desperate chick. And this is the worst part about it. This is why it's so funny. Is because she doesn't have to be this way. It would be fucked up if I was laughing at her and she was like a Siamese twin or something, right? And you go like, damn, you know, it's going to be real hard for that one to find love. You know, she's real fucked up. You know, or if like maybe she was like, I don't know, missing a leg or something. There was like something actually fucked up with her that she could not help. And it would be fucked up for me to laugh at that, right? When she's going like, no one will love me. You know what I mean? She looks like that monster at the end of the movie The Substance. You ever see that movie? There's like tits coming out of everywhere. There's teeth and weird spots and shit like that. There's a second mouth over here. It's not like she looks like that. So she could be getting railed out all day if she wanted to. She's not trying hard enough. That's what I see. I see this. I go, you need to put in the work, man. You could be out there S&Ds. You could be having anal. You could be doing the whole thing, bro. You don't want it hard enough. You don't want it enough. That's what I hear.
And are you saving yourself from it?
Let's hear that joke again. She's making these jokes, right? That's not enough work. If you want to get this done, what you need to do is just start ripping Theo. You need to rape Theo Vaughn in the middle of this podcast. If you really wanted this, you would rape this man.
So it's like, I'm not looking. I don't really give a shit at this point. It's just, it is what it is. If it comes, it comes. But
look, wait. We got to see the zoom in on that. If it comes, it comes. And I want it to come, bro. She gets fucking crazy.
I would love to come.
I would love to come.
At this point, it's just, it is what it is. If it comes, it comes. But I would love to come.
Ooh, bro. She's looking at, bro, if Theo knew what was going through this woman's head right now, he would kick her out of the podcast studio and call the cops, bro. He would be scared for his life if he knew what was happening in this girl's mind right now.
One day.
And are you saving yourself for marriage type thing, or are you still sexually active?
I'm not there. Well, I would be if I could be. If I had it coming towards me like that, oh my God, I'd be a whore. But
just to hear her say it like that, it's crazy. Listen, I'd be the biggest whore if I could. She sounds just like JFK. She's like, ask not what your country, ask not what you could do. What is it saying? He goes, ask not what your country could do for you, but what you can do for your country. You know what I mean? She sounds like him, dude.
If I had it coming towards me like that, oh my God, I'd be a whore.
I'd be a whore. Let's give it up, dude. Grace O'Malley fucking killing it. My soundboard's about to fucking go on the shits right now, of course. So now let's listen to this. She keeps talking about this sex talk stuff, right? And it starts getting real weird. Like, it starts getting weird to the point to where she's like, bro, am I like blowing this right now? Like, is that what's happening right here? I'm like, really don't know if I'm like fucking up the podcast for you or not. And even with that, she still, like, the way that she tries to like comfort herself in that situation is by like making another sex joke.
I feel like I'm blowing this. Am I blowing this?
This conversation?
Yeah.
No, I feel like it too.
Okay.
Do you feel like I am?
No, I feel like I'm blowing
No,
this.
you're doing great.
Okay.
I don't even think I'm asking you about the best
I
stuff.
think I'm too honest. Like sometimes where I just have to be like, I feel like I'm fucking this up.
No, I think it's interesting because I never really, I don't think, I'm not good at, like, I don't talk to women that much about sex stuff.
Yeah,
So I think.
I never talk about sex. I was
Really?
just trying my very best. Just
Yeah,
there.
thanks for trying.
You don't ever talk about sex? You don't ever talk about sex, bro? We just got done in less than fucking 15 minutes. You've talked about sex like 6 times. You know what I mean? What the first time code was 20 minutes. That was when I showed you how lonely she was, right? The second one was 24 minutes. When it comes, it comes. And boy, I want it to come. You remember that? Now we're at 28 minutes. She goes, am I blowing this conversation? And she's trying to say that she doesn't talk about sex a lot. Bro, she's talking to her dildo about sex every fucking day.
No, I feel like it too.
Okay.
Do you feel like I am?
No, I feel like I'm blowing
No,
this.
you're doing great.
Okay.
I don't even think I'm asking you about the best
I
stuff.
think I'm too honest. Like sometimes where I just have to be like, I feel like I'm fucking this up.
No, I think it's interesting because I never really, I don't think, I'm not good at, like, I don't talk to women that much about sex stuff.
Yeah,
So I think.
I never talk about sex. I was
Really?
just trying my very best. Just
Yeah,
there.
thanks for trying. Yeah.
I have no personal experience.
Dude, well, hold on.
I'm like writing a book report on a book I've never read.
We're going to get somebody to come in here and just, look, I'll do it like this and you guys just figure it out.
Look at that. To the point to where Theo's like, hey, man, can we get one of these interns in here? Come rail this bitch out real quick, man. He's like, I'll cover my eyes and ears, man. I'll be like the monkeys, bro. Monkey no see, monkey no do, man. You know, I'll be in the corner just jerking my thing, you know. And y'all just have the good old time, man. That's the Southern charm, baby. Theo's ready to, like, hook this girl up. And here's the sad part. Right here, she's dying inside. And I'll tell you why. She's dying inside because she's saying all these jokes. She wants Theo to fucking lay the brakes on her. She wants Theo to put so much pipe in that. Dude, she wants Theo to lay that goddamn pipe down, dude. And Theo's like, nah, man, we get one of the interns in here. She starts laughing. She's doing like the laugh of shame. You know what I mean? She doesn't know what to do. She's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. She wants to fuck Theo, bro. She doesn't want to fuck one of these interns, man. Come on.
Look, I'll do it like this and you guys just figure it out.
Oh, shit.
God, dude, that's crazy. You know, when I was growing up,
he had
I
to
a
cut to
job.
fucking break, bro. He had to cut to break. He's like, I can't believe I'm saying all this on air like this, bro. This isn't cool, man. I wasn't expecting to talk about all this. Because you know Theo, like, Theo's on an everyday struggle with porn, bro. This motherfucker is fighting for his life, okay? He goes on Twitter, and that shit is like a game of Russian roulette. Because as soon as he sees one of those sexy, like, OnlyFans posts, you know which ones I'm talking about. Where they'll be like, yo, look at this bitch's ass, right? And then you open the thread and it's all these girls trying to fucking promote their OnlyFans and shit. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? He sees one of those, dude. Theo can't contain himself. He's got one of those, like, hands from the movies where he's like, bro, it's got a mind of its own, man. That thing is, he's just fucking going to town on himself all the time. Remember, I talked about it in previous episodes. Every 3 months, this guy will have a solo podcast and he'll be like, I've been off of porn for 35 minutes, man. You know what I mean? He's like, that's a new world record, bro. It's been 2.5 hours I ain't watched no goddamn porn. So when he starts hearing this, he doesn't know what to do with himself. You know what I mean? He's fighting for his goddamn life. So now, look, the next time code that we'll end it on is her talking about Dave Portnoy, right? And her time at Barstool. And I wanted to bring this time code up because Dave responds to this, and it's very interesting.
You know?
And I've done the podcast touring. That shit is so easy.
Oh, you mean being on stage with just as your podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I never done that.
So easy. You just it's like you have segments. You do the same thing every night. You can switch around with jokes depending on the crowd, but compared to stand up, like it's a walk at the park. It's like it feels like stealing. You're stealing money from fans that adore you. It's like it's not fair.
It's so funny that she says that because like these guys are practically stealing from us all the goddamn time. I mean, think about it. You listen to a comedian's podcast on YouTube, right? They're bleeping out all the curses and shit like that. And then what do? They go, hey, if you want to watch the unedited episode, you can join our Patreon for $10 a month. We'll fucking hook you up, bro. You know, because YouTube, no, freedom of speech. You know what I mean? Yeah, YouTube sucks ass. The copyright system's kind of a pain in the ass and shit. But you can still post whatever like if you're saying shit, you know, a slight of like being serious about like wanting to kill the president or something like that. You could say like fag and retard and all that. I could say the N-word right now. This video would not get taken down. I would get demonetized, yeah, but it wouldn't get taken down. That's the problem. Is that these guys think that because YouTube won't pay them, that they're like losing their freedom of speech, right? So they try to like take that away from you. They try to take like the full episode, all the curses out away from you so that they can sell their Patreon to you, right? They're shoving ads down your goddamn throat. You know, you watch an hour podcast with these guys. They got like 15 fucking minutes of it as ads. So think about it. You're supposed to get an hour out of this shit. 15 minutes is ads. I mean, you're not paying to watch it on YouTube, but I mean, they might as well be stealing from you. Let's be honest. So when she talks about how easy it is to do a podcast on stage, it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? You're supposed to be listening to these things like while you're at work and shit, bro. Like, if you're coming out to see me, like imagine you came out to see me do this on a stage. What the fuck would that be? You're going to see what my legs look like. I don't want you guys to see what my legs look like. Come on.
What?
But I never made any money off of it.
Really?
Barstool took it all, yeah.
Off your tour?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I had an interesting contract.
Yeah.
But I loved them so much.
Now, this is the interesting part because Dave, he heard that. He didn't like it, bro. When he heard that, he was like, yo, this bitch is lying, bro. She's lying about a contract at Barstool. Let's listen to what she has to say, and then I'll show you Dave's response, and then we'll end this.
Still working with Barstool?
I actually just recently left.
Okay, so when you leave, if you leave, that means do you still have your rights to?
I didn't make anything when I was there.
Half your podcast, but you had a contract. You got paid something annually.
Yeah. So I had a salary.
Okay.
And that was kind of it. And so I had the option to leave, and I took it.
Was it a good salary?
It was decent. It wasn't equated to.
Was it like $500,000?
No, nothing close to that. No.
She said nothing close to that. Now remember that, right? Nothing close to that. She said she didn't make any money off of the touring. She just had her little rinky-dink base salary. She said, yeah, I did all right. I didn't do the best, you know. My co-host, she was making like a ton more money than me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's to be expected. Bri is like the talent. Bri's the one that got you fucking hired. It was her podcast. So yeah, she's going to make a little more money than you, right? Now, this is the part that I thought was interesting. Dave Portnoy, he had a response to this, and he was not cool with this shit. When he heard what Grace had to say, Dave was pissed. Because apparently, this chick like lied about the whole thing. She said that she had like a very modest salary, you know. She's like, I didn't make a whole lot. I just made like a little bit. I didn't make much, you know. Didn't make anything off of touring. She's kind of making it almost seem like she made like $60,000 a year or something working for Barstool. Which $60,000 a year is not like a bad salary, right? For an everyday person like me or you, that's not like terrible, right? But if you were working at Barstool, you would think you'd make like at least double that, right? Turns out she was making even more than that. Even more than double. Even more than $120,000 a year she was making working at Barstool as a co-host.
Grace O'Malley was on Theo Vaughn's podcast talking about her salary and how much she got paid at Barstool.
I didn't make anything when I was there.
But you got paid something annually.
Yeah. So I had a salary.
Okay, a good salary.
It was decent, but my buddy was making a little bit more, a lot bit more, a whole ton more.
Okay. And I'll just say what her contract was. She was finishing up her third year at Barstool. Her base salary, $175,000 a year.
God damn, $175,000 a year. Imagine that. Imagine if you worked at a company third year in, right? You had no actual skills. The only skill you had was your friend got you the job, right? And you were making $175,000 a year. That's like Hunter Biden shit. That's like when they took Hunter Biden and just like planted him somewhere in Ukraine. And they were like, yo, bro, he's going to be like the CEO of this company. They're like, does he know anything about like thermonuclear dynamics? They're like, no, but he'll be fine. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what happened here. So she gets this job. She gets this awesome ass salary. She's cakewalking her ass off, and then she spits in Dave's face by being like, they hardly didn't pay me $1.
On top of that, she got 70% of anything that we were able to sell on her personal socials. So she got another $75,000 in 2024 that way. Total salary for last year, $250,000.
$250,000, bro. Picture that. And you sitting there bitching about like how you think you didn't get paid that much over at Barstool. You made a goddamn $250,000 a year. Now, that's halfway to $500,000, $500,000. I mean, is that close? I don't know. But let's give it up for Grace and her horny ass, greedy ass mentality on Theo Von's this past weekend. You gotta love that shit. So let's end this episode on some good old Kill Tony. Of course, in regular fashion, every time I open up a new window, we get 1 second of audio. Isn't that nice? I don't know why the computer does that. Today's a rough one. I'm going technical difficulties out the wazoo. But it's a good thing I got you kind folk here with me to get me through all of it, right? So this episode of Kill Tony was an interesting one. For the simple fact that we got two people on here, Louis J. Gomez and Joe List. We talked about Joe List in the last episode of Lost Aux Media when he was on Stavros' podcast. Or maybe it was the episode before that. I'm not sure if I remember correctly. But you already know what Joe List is made of, so I don't got to explain him to you guys. This is naturally going to be Bomb City from him, right? Then you got Louis J. Gomez going to be partnered up with him on the panel, right? Louis has been on the podcast for Kill Tony, I think, like more times than any other guest has. So he knows how this show works. He knows like the flow, the ebbs and flows of the show. So you would think that this guy would be able to hold his own in there. He doesn't. I think like Louis and Joe to combined maybe speak for like a total of 5 minutes out of like, what is it? A whole 2-hour podcast. They maybe speak for 5 minutes tops. Joe, anytime Louis opens his mouth, he's bombing. Anytime Joe opens his mouth, he's bombing. And then, to make things even better, they start getting made fun of by the regulars and shit like that. This one's going to be a fun one. So, let's start it out with Tony's fucking intro. You know, I always love to check out Tony's outfits during the intro. Let's check this one out. Of course. Let's full screen it. Technical difficulties. It's my favorite part.
Hey, this is Redman coming to you live from the Comedy Mothership here in Austin, Texas for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Get up for Tony Hinchcliffe!
Ooh. Look at that.
Who's ready for the best fucking night of their lives?
Dude, have you ever seen a gayer man in your entire life? I mean, come on. What is this? Something about him looks fucking crazy right now. He looks like redder than usual. And you look, this was another lore from Red Bar, dude. We're talking a lot about Red Bar this episode. Red Bar. Good old Red Bar. You know, back in the day, dude, Tony was on this podcast. He started like freestyling around and shit. And there's like no rhyme or reason to it. someone else was just like singing, he jumps into the freestyle circle. He goes, "I'm a motherfucking lobster." That was it. Like, I think that was the only line that came out of his. I don't even think he followed it up with like a rhyme. He just goes in there and goes, "I'm a motherfucking lobster." Just sits there. I think he actually was like clicking his hands and shit like that. Right now, Tony is lobster. You know what I mean? Tony is lobster. Red bar. You get it? This guy looks fucking crazy. And then every time he has to wear like the weirdest shit. Like, I understand you want to wear like a jogger's jacket and stuff like that. You want to have a light jacket on stage. It might be a little hot in the club or whatever. Bro, first of all, you live in Texas, so it ain't that cold, right? So you already got the thinnest jacket in the world on. Why do you got to zip it up all the way to the top? These guys, you zip it up to the top when the hood's on. You want like to, keep your neck from getting chilled and shit. If you got this thing zipped up all the way, imagine trying to put the hood on. You'd be stuck. You'd get stuck like right here on your head. You wouldn't be able to get it on. The opening is too small, man. You got to keep this thing fucking unzipped when you get to the collar part, bro. This isn't what we need right now. And then he comes in. Isn't that funny? He goes, "Who's ready for the best fucking night?" He like gives a lot of emphasis on that. He goes, "Who's ready for the best fucking night of your lives?" And then he continues to bring the lamest two guests for the panel on you've ever seen.
Who's ready for the best fucking night of their lives, huh? Make some noise for the great Brian Redman.
You know what the fuck it is, boy. Don't play dumb in this motherfucker. So now look, watch. I'm telling you, the two, this is gonna be bad. These two are gonna be bad. I just gotta show you their intro before we get into like the bombs and shit like that. These two suck. I'm telling you. Watch. Of course, you know Tony though. It doesn't matter who is back there behind that curtain. He's going to glob them the fuck up beforehand. Watch this.
Two of the funniest human beings that have ever been guests on this show. Literally, one of them is the guest with the record, I do believe. We have to double check it, but I do believe he passed the late, great Brody Stevens for appearances on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your guests. Two of the best. It's Luis J. Gomez and Joe List. Yeah, baby. J. Gomez from the league.
Bro, these two look insane right now, bro. Luis looks like a fucking shifty Puerto Rican guy that you'd see hanging outside of a Wawa, right? If you don't know what a Wawa is, look it up, dude. Trust me, it ain't good, bro. You don't. Trust me, you don't want to be a Puerto Rican who hangs out outside of the Wawa all day, all right? And then Joe List looks like his older pedophile buddy who just got out of jail, who has no friends because he's been locked up for so long. So he's hanging out with the sleazy Puerto Rican dude out front of the Wawa. Like, these two look insane. Like, this guy, 1,000%, you get a knock on your door, and that person goes, "Hey, I have to inform you because of the state, I'm a pedophile." This is him. This is that guy. Every time. Anytime anyone's ever gotten a knock on their door for that, it's always been him. Okay? Doesn't matter where, when, how, it's always been Joe List. He's always been that pedophile. Like, he looks insane. Dude, he looks crazy. He looks like he would do so much fucked up shit to some kids, man. I'm sorry. And look, the one thing I'll give Luis is he actually knows how to smoke a goddamn cigar.
Legion of Skanks. Joe List is here. The birds are flying. This is fun.
Look at that. Am I the only one that noticed that? Joe List goes like he is trying to give a cue to the drummer or something, bro. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, you can't be doing that shit, bro. This ain't your show. If I was Tony, I would have been like, "Joe, calm down, all right? There's only room for one fag on this stage, okay? Like, we don't need that." Yeah. So now, check this out. Red Band, before we get into their bombs, Red Band's been kind of on like a little bit of a run lately. I think the last time we talked about Kill Tony, I was showing you guys how like Red Band had like a little bit of a kill moment. You know, he started busting out the sound pad when Drew Nickens was talking about his dead brother getting hit by a car. Really painted a nice soundscape for us with that car accident. You know what I mean? He killed. He murdered. The house brought the whole house down with those sound bites, right? So Tony's like, oh man, Red Band, in 11 years, he's been the weakest link. Now he's coming in with hot fire. This is crazy, man. Of course, Tony wants to use it as an opportunity to embarrass Red Band when he gets one of these big moments. It's like Tony can't see this guy succeed. You know what I mean? Even if it's for a second. This guy just gets a couple laughs. Let him live, bro. So now Red Band does it again. He has one of these like killer moments with the soundboard, right? And Tony can't let him have it, dude. Tony fucking starts like trying to touch the soundboard and stuff. He's like, man, that was a good soundbite, Red Band. You see him like reach over. He starts touching the soundboard. Hit Tony's sound bites make no goddamn sense with the situation. He's sitting there acting like a child. He's like, oh, it's so fun hitting the soundboard. Look, guys, I'm doing it, you know? Yo, that ain't your job, bro. If I was Red Band, I would have been smacking his goddamn... I would have been like, get away from my goddamn soundboard, bro. You don't touch my shit.
If you had to guess how many abortions you don't know of and totaled them up, how big would this family of fallen angels be? Fuck.
Chris D'Elia, too. Look at this asshole, bro.
Totaled them up. How?
Look, you trying to tell me that's not another Chris D'Elia in the making? And they're sitting there talking about this guy getting a bunch of abortions? Dude, this guy was on stage. A lot of people horny trying to like fish out there in the podcast world. You know what fishing is? It's like when you try to like, you know, point people, you try to like fish for a comment or something. I've talked about it on this show before. It's like these people will try to like Grace. She's saying all that sex stuff, right? She wants guys to come up in those DMs so they could get up in those guts. I'm telling you, that's why she's bringing it up on air like that. Same thing's happening with this dude. This guy got up there and Tony's like, so what do you like to do for a living? This guy's like, I like to come inside girls. Like what, dude? Like he asked you what your hobbies were. You trying to tell him that you like to come inside girls, right? So they go on this whole fucking tangent about this guy nutting in chicks, right? And like they think the shit is sweet. This is the creepiest looking motherfucker I've seen next to Joe List, okay? So you cannot get on stage and start talking this way in front of everybody, fishing for the shit, bro. That's what I see. This guy, I see him get on stage and he starts talking like that. Immediately in my mind, I go, this guy has never came in not one girl, not once, okay? He wants to, and that's why he's on stage talking about it. Because he hopes that some stupid bitch is going to be in the audience and go, yo, you were that guy that was on stage, right? You could cream pie me right now, bro. No, what the fuck?
How big would this family of fallen angels be? Fuck.
I mean, honestly, not enough because I've got to have at least one or two kids out there. So,
wow.
Okay.
You see, he's the only one laughing about this. Everyone in the audience is picking up on what he's doing. Only reason Tony's entertaining it is because it's a podcast. Tony's like, oh, this is good for the show. It's whatever. I'll talk to him for a couple minutes about it.
Incredible. Do we have an abortion sound effect? Can you go to... What do we got here? Wait, oh.
That's a very late term abortion.
There it is. It has arrived to the heaven.
Now, that ain't it. That ain't the kid. Like, that was good. You know, baby crying. Then you hear hallelujah. Okay, baby's in heaven now. Everybody's happy. Baby gone.
Oh, and a fart. Wow. I guess that's a side effect of the whatever they give you for abortions.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Band.
Now Red Band's cooking.
Much.
Now Red Band's cooking. He's like, well, when you're done with the baby, you got to flush it. You know what I mean? So Red Band, he's on with these goddamn sound bites. The crowd goes wild. They give Red Band this moment. Tony doesn't.
Oh, Red Band. Red Band, that's too much. It's too much, Red Band. Oh, the crowd goes...
See, he goes over and hits the fucking applause sound. Okay. What? Bro, let him cook. Let this man cook. He's on the soundboard for a reason. Dude, you handle all that fucking bullshit sucking people's dicks on stage, you know what I mean? That's you. Soundboard's Red Band. So watch. Red Band comes in with this fucking flush joke on this soundboard, kills it. Audience loves it. Tony can't help but to try to get in on that because now Red Band's getting the attention. He hits the applause button. Bro, everyone's laughing, bro. We don't need this.
Red Band, that's too much. It's too much, Red Band. Oh, the crowd goes wild. Red Band is on fire. An incredible set of noises for...
Look, you see how much Tony's staring at the fucking board? He's looking at all the sound bites while he's talking. He's like trying to figure out which one to press. You want to know how I know? Because I do it every episode. I'm talking, I'm staring right at this thing trying to figure out which one I'm going to hit next. It's an addiction. I can't help it. Okay? I need help. Okay? So he's staring at this board like he wants to make sweet fucking love to it. And he still can't figure out the right sound bites to hit. This guy hits like a magic wand button or something like that. Bro, we ain't talking about no magic. We talking about getting rid of babies.
The abortion. Wow. I can't believe you did that. That is... Oh, God. Oh, no.
Was that a circular song?
What's the magic, bro? Imagine if Tony was on the soundboard and Red Band tried doing that to him, Tony would lose his mind. He'd be like, Red Band, you fucking fat bitch, get away from my soundboard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can't be touching the iPad like that, bro. You got to know your place. So now let's check this out. We're about to see Lewis and Joe eat shit back to back. I'm talking like one tries to make it. Look at this guy right here. You could make 1,000 jokes about this dude. Bald, shitty beard. And when you hear this guy talk, I mean, it's open season on his goddamn voice. This guy sounds like a fucking weirdo. So there's 1,000,001 things you could use to make fun of this fucking guy, right? And Lewis and Joe still can't do it. Professional comedians, they bomb back to back. They might as well both have their both backs touching each other right here. Throw a grenade between both of them, kill them both. We don't need them.
Okay, so let's get right into it, Toddy. How long have you been attempting stand-up comedy?
3 months.
3 months. Wow. All of it here in Austin, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is this where you're from?
All on 6th Street. No, sir. I moved from Carlsbad, New Mexico.
You moved from Carlsbad, New Mexico. How long ago did you move?
September, Labor Day.
Okay. So you came to Austin to start stand-up.
Yes, sir.
And how's that? How old are you?
47.
40.
This guy, 47. I'm 47 years old. Hey, how long you been in town? I've been here 3 years. This guy, come on, man. You could make fun of it. He looks like Zordon. He looks like Zordon from the Power Rangers. He hasn't shaved in like a week. That's a good one. You bring that to Kill Tony, I might get some chuckles. You know what I mean? Wait until you hear. Tony's about to be like, Joe List, what do you have to say about this guy? Bomb. Louis J. Gomez, what do you have to say about this guy? Bomb. Watch this.
47. 47. Louis J. Gomez.
Speaking of which, Labor Day is the last comic's favorite holiday.
That is
Labor
true
Day?
because women go into labor. I would have.
Dude, I'm telling you, I got to get crickets on the soundboard, bro. I got to get crickets on the soundboard, bro. What? Let me see. Do I have anything for this guy? I don't have anything. I don't got nothing on the board that could make this moment any better. That's how bad of a bomb this is. This guy, and look, watch. Wait, I'm going to go back a little bit. Look at this. This guy, right after he starts talking, he goes 47, and then Tony starts making fun of him. Pay attention to Lewis. If you pay attention to Lewis, you'll see underneath the table, he's like poking at Tony's leg, right? And looking at Tony, he's going like, yo, I got a good one, bro. I'm about to light this motherfucker up. So Tony gives him the floor. Tony's like, oh, yeah, bro, I got you, man. Louis J. Gomez, what do you have to say for yourself? Bomb.
47.
Look at Lewis. Look at Lewis. Watch. Look at Lewis. Look, you'll see. Soon you pay attention to him. Watch him. He's going to put his hand under the table. He's going to poke at Tony. He's going to be like, yo, bro, I got a good one. I got a heater, my dude.
47.
There he goes.
Louis J.
There, look, you saw even the nod on Lewis. Lewis nods at him. He's like, I got this, bro. I got this. Watch this. Watch this. Wait until you see the nod, bro. Wait, he goes, you got me? And Tony's like, yeah, I got you, bro.
Louis J. Gomez.
Speaking of which, Labor Day is the last comic's favorite holiday.
That is
Labor
true
Day?
because women go into labor. I would have said,
look at this asshole. You know what's funny is like on Red Bar, we're talking about Red Bar again. On Red Bar's got this thing that he calls, it's called a fool's sip. Like I call these guys jamokes, right? He calls them fools, you know? And he says there's this thing, a fool's sip, right? When a fool takes a sip. And they do that at an awkward moment. At a time where they get like nervous or they're uncomfortable in the situation, they bust out the bottle of water real good. Take a nice little sip. Sometimes I fall victim to that. When I'm sitting here watching the clips, I hit the play button. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, man, do I look like an asshole? I'll pick up the water, take a little sip of the water. I might hit the vape. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do something with yourself. I don't do it when I'm bombing my ass off like this. Watch it. This guy, if he doesn't get the qualifier from Tony that this is a good joke, he knows this is a bomb. He goes right for his drink. Watch this.
Is true because women go into labor.
Look, he went at first. You pay attention. He goes for the watch, right? He goes for the watch first. Little Kill Tony wristband. He goes, well, I can't put that on right now. You know what I mean? He goes, what would I have to put this watch on for right now? I have no reason to, you know? I'm just nervous because I'm bombing. So he takes his hand off.
Go into labor.
And he goes for the drink. Look at this asshole. He goes.
I would have said his least favorite holiday because he has nothing but abortions. But it works out. Either way, obviously, was not funny.
God damn, dude. Tony even fucking giving him the fucking what for, bro. Tony threw his ass under the bus so goddamn fast. Now watch. They're about to pass the ball to Joe. Hey, Joe List, man, can you save this asshole? No, Joe can't do it. Joe can't do it either. Watch this.
I'm trying up here, folks.
I'm trying up here, folks. You know, before I started recording this, I was on Twitter. I saw a post from Lewis, right? He goes, I started like 4 different podcasts this year. I started an entertainment business. I'm working out. I'm in the best shape of my life, dude. And like, I'm totally sober, bro. Like 2025 is going to fucking rock. I'm going to be the fucking man, dude. You focused on all that shit? You didn't focus on being funny not fucking once, bro. You working out when you should be in the goddamn notebook writing, dude. This guy. See, it's like, where are you doing your sets? In your living room for your fucking 4-year-old daughter? Like, what's happening here? You bombing, son, hard. And Joe can't save you.
So, I love it. Toddy Tyndall, what made you want to start stand-up comedy at the sweet age of 47?
I had just been wanting to forever, and I had just lost my job right as a good friend of mine had a room for rent, and I was like, what the hell?
I love it. What was your job?
I was working in the oil field.
Okay. And how did you lose that job?
The company I was working for lost the contract.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But you were good? You were good at working in oil?
No, I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it?
Oh, my God, it just sucked. I spent 10 years, 10 years of my life on a boat. I worked offshore for a long time.
Oh, okay. Joe List.
I hope that company finds the contract.
D-night. D-fucking-night. Goodbye, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. What are we doing here, Joe? What are we doing here? So, see, nobody got that joke in the audience. They're all laughing because he bombed, right? I got the joke. I understood what it was. It just wasn't funny. He's basically saying, oh, I hope that the company finds a contract so that this asshole can go back to working in oil and he doesn't try comedy anymore. They're trying to make fun of him for not being funny. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it ironic? You try to take a dig at someone who's aspiring to be a comedian. Somehow, this asshole got more laughs than you, the pro.
10 years of my life on a boat. I worked offshore for a long time.
Oh, okay. Joe List.
I hope that company finds the contract.
Cricket.
So he gets the job back and stops doing stand-up. Is the joke I was going for. There we go. If you explain it, you just got to explain it.
And then Lewis, look at Lewis. He goes, it was a good joke. No, it was a good, don't listen to that. It was a good joke. Okay? It was a good joke. Okay? If everybody thinks it was bad, just because Lewis says it's good doesn't make it good. Watch, Lewis trying to save it. I'll give it to him. Lewis is a good friend. I'll give it to him. He's a good buddy. I mean, you could only pray for a buddy as good as this to try to save you when you're bombing this hard.
I was going for.
Look at him clapping.
If you explain it, you just got to explain it.
It was a good joke.
So, Toddy
It was a good joke. Don't worry about it. It was a good joke, Joe. It was a good joke. Lewis is right. It was a good joke. Don't listen to them. Don't let them get you down. It was a very, very good joke. You know. So now watch this. Tony, you know, he's had a little bit of a reputation this past year for being a little racist. You know, he said that goddamn Puerto Rico garbage island bullshit, right? People weren't jiving with that too much. Nobody really liked that. Everybody was like, yo, this guy hates Puerto Ricans, bro. Like, he's fucking crazy, bro. You know, I understood that Tony's, I mean, he might be racist. I don't know. Who am I? Like, I don't know this guy. Excuse me. I don't know this guy. He very well could be a racist. I have no evidence to say otherwise. I have no evidence to say he's not. You know what I mean? I really don't. But I'll tell you what. This might be all the evidence I need right here. Wait until you see the way he talks to this black dude on stage. And you remember, I had made a joke to you guys like a couple episodes back when we talked about Kill Tony. I was like, the only time the Tony audience is going to like think that a joke is funny is when like he calls like a Mexican guy a taco. You guys remember when I said that? I was like, they could say like the funniest, wittiest joke on stage and no one will laugh. And then like they go, yo, bro, this Chinese guy was like ching chang, bro. They were eating cats and dogs. And then the audience goes, wow. They get up there, they go, yo, this black guy with dreads stole my TV. And the audience is like, oh, shit, he did steal your TV, bro. And white comedians get up there, they go, yo, you guys understand a word coming out of Cam Patterson's mouth? You know what I mean? This guy sounds fucking retarded. You know what I mean? And they love it. The audience loves it. Tony gets racist up here. This shit is wild, bro.
Kill Tony, a homie of mine, a YouTube homie, put me on to the show. I knew about you guys, but I didn't know about the show for some reason. And 2 months ago, he showed me, and I was like, bro, I fucking love this shit. So I binged it. I'm watching nonstop. And I was like, oh, you were in Austin. I was like, bro, that's a fucking hour away. I live in San Antonio. I don't know if I said that. And I was like, bro, I can get here. I can do it. And, bro, here we are.
Here we are.
Crazy. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you.
Yo, so this guy is like, he's a man of the Lord. This guy is thankful to even be on this goddamn stage. He was like, dude, I just came up with the idea to do comedy like 2.5 weeks ago, bro. My buddy told me about this. I came up here. I fell in love with the show. I've been watching this shit ever since. He didn't expect to fucking get on stage and hear Tony talk to him like this.
No doubt about it. We are your dogs now.
Ooh. That ain't it. That wasn't the racist shit. We get more racist than that.
And you know what, my friend? All dogs go to heaven. So you do dog fighting is what really happens. Am I correct? This is what I've heard about your people.
Your people? Your people? What do you mean, your people? What's this honky ass lobster talking about right here?
That's what some of us do.
Is John asleep? Oh my God. You were asleep. A fun fact, sometimes John
Bro,
Bees falls asleep.
he wasn't asleep, bro. He was trying not to fucking beat your ass, bro. Cause you getting racist as a motherfucker in this bit. Listen to this.
I love your style, A-Bomb. I mean, you seem so well-spoken and like...
Bro, look at this guy's face, bro. This says it all. This guy's like, yo, I'm gonna have to get somebody to come on stage to stop me from stomping this goddamn white bitch out, bro. Like, cause you about to see my hood side come out. Like, this motherfucker was well spoken up until Tony started getting like that. Imagine that. Like, how do you just say that to somebody? Like, cause here's the thing. You could meet someone who's not that well spoken of any race. You know what I mean? But when you meet a white person, you're just like, that person's dumb. You know what I mean? Nobody bats an eye about it. You meet a black guy, you go, bro, that person's an idiot. They go, oh, bro, you racist, man. They go, whoa, you racist, dude. That guy's black, bro. Like, it's so funny. People will treat it as if, like, being black is like a fucking disability or some shit sometimes. You know what I mean? I never understood that. Like, yeah, what Tony said is pretty goddamn racist, right? But for this guy to be looking at him like that, I'd be like, what? I mean, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you know, I appreciate it. Like, I am well-spoken. Thank you. You know, it is kind of fucked up, though, that Tony assumed that this guy wouldn't be well-spoken. What's the assumption for there, buddy? What are we assuming? I have a feeling it's because he has a bead in one of his dreads. I don't think it's because he's black. I think it's Tony's just like, bro, this guy's wearing a Lion King shirt, bro. He's going to come out here and talk like a 5-year-old. That's probably what Tony's thinking. So when he saw this guy come out and he wasn't like, goo, goo, gaga, he was like, oh, this motherfucker's an adult. Like, he goes, hey, man, you well-spoken, bro. Now, obviously, I'm playing a bit. Tony is being racist as fuck. Like, to say something like that is insane, bro. To say something like that to a black dude, like, what? Because he's black, you weren't expecting him to speak good? You know, they're not all like Cam Patterson, bro. Like, black people, you know, a lot of them are normal. You know, I'd say most of them are normal. You know, they're just like everybody else.
Well spoken and like
Baking soda. That was actual racism, folks.
That was racist. Of all the things I've done this year, that was actually racist. That might have been my most racist moment.
Ow! I like that. Ow! You know what I mean? Red Band hot with those goddamn sound bites this episode, bro. So now we're about to get to, like, my favorite part of this episode. So you had Lewis bombing, you had Joe bombing back to back, right? Now Lewis is going to stay bombing, but this time he's going to get a little bit of help from one of the regulars. You know, we got Matti, you know, the Estonian assassin. Bro, this guy, I'm telling you, Ari could come in with the quickness, dude. It's so funny because most of these guys, they're like right-wingers now. You know what I mean? Like, Tony's like the biggest Trump supporter you've ever seen. So, like, they're like the type of people that think foreigners are like retarded just because they're foreign. You ever get like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I fall into that category sometimes. I'll meet some foreigner who doesn't speak that good at English. I'm like, he has to be retarded. You know what I mean? How long you been in America, buddy? You gotta start speaking English in this bit. You know, so these guys are the same. You know, they voted for Trump just like me. So they see a guy like Ari, they're like, this guy's supposed to be like half retarded. He's from Estonia, right? Wrong. Ari comes in there, he's writing better material than like 90% of the people on here. Like, Ari, Matti, and Shane Gillis are like true testaments to like the new wave coming in. And the funny thing is, those guys are like the same age as a lot of these Joe Rogan cucks that came up in Austin. But they didn't come up through that. I mean, Ari's coming up through Kill Tony, yeah, but he's like an exception to the rule. Like, Ari, it just happened to be that he came by Kill Tony. You know, he's one of those comedians, he probably would have made it regardless. You know what I mean? So Ari gets up there. Luis J. Gomez, he's from New York. He's not from Texas. So he doesn't spend a lot of time with Ari. He doesn't know how bad this guy kills, right? He gets a little taste of that. Ari starts busting Lewis's ass for trying to make fun of him, dude. This shit is funny as hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to close tonight's show is the only man that I feel like is even capable of such an unbelievable mission. A man that God himself has called Comedian of the Year 2024. A man so amazing that I personally...
Hold up. Before we even get into this part, God himself, Tony said God himself called Ari Matti Comedian of 2024. Isn't that crazy? Tony talks to God. You know? Is that not some shit? I didn't know he was the chosen one. This guy is actually having one-on-one conversations with the G.O.D. So now, that's not just it. He's even talking to beings beyond God's strength and will. He's talking to the Trump administration, bro. This guy is about to drop on us that he single-handedly talked to someone from the Trump administration himself and got clearance confirmed that they're going to make Ari Matti a United States citizen, the Estonian assassin. So now we're going to be hearing Ari Matti jokes every 5 fucking minutes. Listen to this.
A man so amazing that I personally have talked to the incoming administration of the government of the United States of America. And I have indeed confirmed that this man will be a citizen of the United States of America. I present to you an anomaly unknown to human civilization before he existed. A man who is...
All right, whatever, we get it. Dude, there is no way in hell, like, Ari Matti is going to become a citizen because of Tony. Like, he might become a citizen. He's famous now. He's got a lot of recognition in the United States. Somebody working somewhere is probably going to catch wind of who he is. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, he's got plenty of good reason. He's going to make a lot of money. He's going to pay a lot of taxes to the U.S. Let's make him a citizen. You know what I mean? That would be a more of a deciding factor than, dude, picture if the Trump administration, right? They get a call from the asshole that went on the Trump rally before Trump got elected and almost blew it with the Puerto Rican vote. Yeah, that's the guy they're going to want to do favors for. Picture that. This guy goes on stage at a Trump rally and goes, you guys know about that island of floating garbage? It's called Puerto Rico. Fuck those spics, man. They're all dirty slobs. You know what I mean? Everybody's starting to lose faith. They go, whoa, Trump's fucking people are crazy, bro. Like, now Trump's team's got to scramble around and go, like, what can we do to save the Puerto Rican vote? Because we're like 2 weeks away from the fucking election. So this guy, like, almost ruins it for Donald Trump, right? And he's trying to sit there and tell you that he has the fucking, that leeway, bro. He's got pull like that with that new administration. He can call Puerto Rico an island of garbage and almost ruin the entire election. They'll still do him favors. Isn't that fucking rich? I thought that was, like, insane to me. Like, to hear him say that, I was like, this guy cannot actually be serious, bro. Like, to think that when Tony's downfall comes, bro, like, when Kill Tony starts losing numbers, when Tony starts becoming irrelevant in the public eye, that it's going to be one of the greatest downfalls in comedy and podcasting history. And I'll tell you why. Because he is very much living his life like somebody who thinks that this will never come to an end. And those are always the people that get fucked the hardest in the end. They have no fucking vision for the future. At least he's acting that way. You know what I mean? He's being such a rich, stuck-up prick now that, like, when times get hard for him later, nobody's going to want to help him, bro. Not one fucking person. He's one of those idiots that very much thinks that his friends in Hollywood will always be his friends, no matter how big or small he gets. And when the downfall comes and he finds out that that's not true, bro, that shit is going to be, like, epic, bro. It's going to be of epic proportions. You're never going to see anything like it. I promise you that. You are not going to see anything like it. It's going to be one of a kind downfall for the record books. Get Guinness on it. Now, let's watch Ari make fun of fucking Louis J. Gomez like I said he was gonna 10 minutes ago.
There's no rest for the wicked, the great and powerful Ari Matti.
Yeah, everyone's dead in my family, so...
And you know
You're my family now, Tony.
I love it.
And by the way, you know you can't smoke ashes.
Look at this. Another bomb from Louis. This guy... This is what's crazy. Let me contextualize these bombs coming from Louis J. Gomez real quick. The first bomb, he goes, that last comedian that was on stage, his favorite fucking holiday is Labor Day. Because somebody said something about Labor Day on stage, right? So Louis is trying to make a joke about a comedian who was on stage 15 fucking minutes ago. Of course it's gonna bomb, dude. The guy's not even around anymore. Nobody even knows what you're talking about. Everybody moved on. So why would you try to do that? Now he goes, Ari, you can't smoke ashes, right? Ari's like, bro, what the fuck is this fucking faggot talking about, man? Like, I don't know. So let me contextualize this bomb. Like, I don't even know. I want to say like 4 comedians ago or some shit. They had some Russian guy that owned a business. It was like a hookah lounge, right? They started reading off Yelp reviews for the guy's hookah lounge. And they were funny because the guy was like retarded. Remember I said foreigners, they fucking speak weird. Sometimes you think they're like stupid because of it. The guy's English was all fucked up in the Yelp reviews, right? So they start reading these Yelp reviews. They start laughing their asses off because one of the people were like, yo, the guy, he tried changing out our hookah too early. He was like being disruptive to us, blah, blah, blah. We didn't like the service. So the guy's response to the Yelp review was like, you can't smoke ashes. You had the fucking ashes in the hookah bowl for like 45 minutes. You guys kept trying to smoke the shit. We replaced it for you, bro. Bro, that was like, I don't even know how many comedians ago. So Lewis is sitting there trying to make jokes to Ari. Nobody has any context to that, especially not Ari. Everybody's moved on. So yeah, even though everyone in the crowd saw it and the people on stage saw it, it's not in their minds anymore because the guy's gone. They're all thinking about the shit that's going on right now. They're not going to hold on to that thought that happened over a half an hour ago. So Lewis tries to make this joke to Ari, and Ari's taking it as like a dig to him. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, so he's just going to take it as aggressive, right? As a joke to him. So now he starts making fun of Lewis. Remember I told you about Lewis doing this whole like, oh, I'm getting my life together, bro. I'm like working out. I'm like doing all these business things, bro. I'm like the coolest fucking guy, man. I finally have money for once. And I told you, he's doing all that shit. He's not worrying about what his actual job is, which is being a comedian and being funny. All he cares about is like getting his workout on, bro, looking good and posting it on Twitter. Go and check out Lewis's Twitter. It's like a thirst trap Twitter, but he looks like the Chihuahua from the Taco Bell commercials. So he looks like a muscular Taco Bell dog, and he's sitting there trying to thirst trap on Twitter and shit. Nothing's funny about being jacked, bro. So he tries to make this joke that bombs to Ari. Ari takes it as aggressive and goes on the offensive and starts digging into Lewis. Watch this.
And by the way, you know you can't smoke ashes.
It's a thing from earlier.
A thing from earlier. Sorry, I was at the gym, Lewis.
Oh. Look at that.
Sorry.
Everyone picked up on that one. Everyone picked up on that one. Because they all see Lewis posting like that online. If you watch or listen to any of these podcasts, every now and then these comedians, when one of them starts getting in shape, all the other ones will start talking. They'll be like, yeah, but don't you think he's going to kind of lose his funny edge a little bit? Like, you start getting jacked and stuff like that. You get on stage. It's like distracting. Nobody wants to see some jack dude try to be funny on stage. And they're right. Like, picture if Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, when he had fucking Cutlass Supreme, bro. Like, when Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the top, you couldn't get cuts like that with a steak knife if you fucking tried, bro. I'm telling you, the guy was cut the fuck up. Now, picture him on stage trying to do stand-up. Couldn't do it. Doesn't matter how weird his voice sounds. You couldn't do it. He's too jacked. So they all caught on to this joke. They didn't need context. They didn't need me to explain it to him. They didn't need Lewis to explain it to him. They all got it because they all look at Lewis's Twitter. And I guarantee you, they're all laughing at it like this joke like this. When they see Lewis posting all that shit, they're all laughing at his post too. I can promise you that.
Thing from earlier.
Thing from earlier. Sorry, I was at the gym, Lewis. Sorry, I was at the gym, Lewis.
What kind of workout is that exactly? What is that?
What do you think about this? This is what I do at the gym.
Look at that.
This guy just...
Joe List is losing his mind off of this. And Lewis is sitting there. He has to swallow this shit. You know why he has to swallow it? Because Lewis, if you know anything about Lewis, he's a real snappy motherfucker. He's ready to fight any chance he gets. So he's one of those comedians where, like, you talk shit to him in a comedy club, he very well might come off the stage and try to fucking tussle with you, bro. It might be a skirmish, you know what I mean, in the middle of that goddamn comedy club. It might be a little bit of a skirmish. Here's the thing. Lewis, he has to swallow this shit from Ari. Because Ari used to be a fucking UFC fighter. Like, Ari used to be, like, dead ass in the octagon UFC, like, fucking people up. before he became a comedian. So what's Lewis gonna do? Try to square with him? Dude, Ari put him in a goddamn arm bar or some shit like that. He'll fuck this motherfucker up. So Lewis has to sit there and swallow the shit. And Ari keeps dishing it back to him. Anytime Lewis fucking opens his mouth, Ari's ready to make fun of him.
Preps for fucking. It's incredible. Just puts one of those rubber bands around you and just does pelvic thrusts at the gym. Very intimidating to the other people.
Yeah, Joe List got so fucking weirded out when I was doing this fucking.
No, I got hard. I had
Ari, what's going on? Everything good? An unfucking believable set. Literally, perhaps 20, 30, 40, 50 times funnier than anything we've seen all night. I mean, literally, by a measurable statistic.
Wow.
I don't even think it's really, people weren't that terrible. It's just that was so powerful.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you.
The banana shit is unbelievable.
So now watch this. Look, you hear how Tony... He's starting to make these compliments to fucking Ari, right? Now, Louis J. Gomez, sorry, I was taking a look at my notes. Louis J. Gomez, he starts hearing Tony compliment Ari like this, right? Over and over. And Ari's sitting there like, it starts to get kind of weird. I'll even give it to Louis, like, because he goes to make fun of them about this, and this is where Ari starts making fun of him again. I will give it to Louis, though. When Tony starts getting on a roll, the way he's like complimenting this guy, it's pretty fucking gay, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
This fucking guy, I mean, his head is in his joke book all the time.
Yeah.
Taking notes, readjusting things, moving things around. Even when we're hanging, when we're smoking blunts and drinking whiskey late at night and laughing about shit, he'll grab his fucking joke book and write something down. And it's just nonstop, and it fucking shows.
Yeah, thank you. I love it. It's so much fun.
So many people get complacent.
I thought we were done, bro. Like, you seriously gonna keep that shit going, bro? I thought we were done. You should stop right there. Now it's starting to get weird.
Fucking shows.
Yeah, thank you. I love it. It's so much fun.
So many people get complacent when having a big career boom like you, and it seems like you're doubling down and working harder all the time.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you.
Are you guys?
Oh, you're gonna call us gay because it's two men complimenting each other, and that's gay in New York?
I just figured we should all leave. You guys obviously want to fuck each other.
Oh,
that was crazy. We all just watched that happen.
Hey, Louis, cool hat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. You gotta love that, dude. So that's like the simplest burn you could possibly. Yo, cool hat, bro. Like, that works because the color of this hat is fucking ridiculous. The hat ain't bad. It's a fucking regular ass Carhartt beanie. Nothing bad about that. It's probably warm as hell. You know what I mean? It's the color, bro. You can't come out of here looking like you colored a white Carhartt beanie with a yellow highlighter and expect nobody to come in here and talk shit about it. Especially when you're taking digs at them. Come on, bro. And you haven't even been on it tonight. So why are you trying to save it now, bro? Go out in silence and fucking save yourself some dignity, man.
Crazy. We all just watched that happen.
Hey, Louis, cool hat.
Yeah. He just wants Toddy Tyndall to be able to find him later so he could play with his snake.
Yeah. It is a crazy hat, Louis, I gotta tell you.
Ari Matti writes jokes all.
Look, Louis got pissed about that. What are you gonna do, Louis? You gonna get up and try to fucking rock this dude, huh? You gonna get up and rock this dude? This guy put you in a rear naked choke, fucks your whole shit up? Huh? You ain't got it like that, Louis. You ain't got it like that. Dude, look at
all
this
day.
guy.
Louis wears his Sharpie marker on his fucking head.
You got me, dude. My hat isn't cool.
It is.
Look, that's typical middle school shit. What happens when you make fun of somebody like that on the schoolyard? They go, oh, you got me, bro. I'm poor, whatever. Like, you're making fun of the poor kid on the schoolyard? Everyone's making fun of Kenny from South Park? He goes, oh, you got me, bro. My parents don't have money. You're so cool, bro. Like, that's what's happening here. Watch this.
My hat isn't cool.
It is incredible. What made you pick that hat?
I don't know.
Is this the color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my hat, Tony?
No, I don't know. I'm just, as a gay man, like you were implying with me and Ari talking to each other, I figured I would judge your fashion a little bit since I'm so gay.
Oh, look at Tony, bro. Let's give it up for Joe List and Louis J. Gomez having an absolute fucking bomb
Ari,
fest.
Unfucking
Let's
believe.
pause that, okay? Let's fucking chill, bro. This episode's almost over, dude. All I have to do is hit that X button, bro. Chill, all right? So let's give it up for those guys and get ready to call this an episode. As always, we're going to put on a little bit of tunes. You smell me? And then I'm going to give you this little ending, So, as always, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Lost Aux Media. Be sure to catch us at lostaux.media. Stay up to date with episodes. Check out all of our social media links so you can follow us there. Buy merch to support the show. There's tons of things on there, so go check it out, man. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much anywhere else your podcasts live. Those audio episodes go up Wednesdays at 5 a.m. EST. You can also watch us on youtube.com/@Lost Aux Media. The video episodes go up at 4 p.m. EST on Wednesdays. That way, you can listen to the episodes on your way to work, and when you get home from work, you can watch them. Once again, I'd like to thank you again. I'm so stoned as always. Towards the end, man, we get lit the fuck up in here. What are we gonna do? LostAux.media to stay up to date with all things Lost Aux Media. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.